Good evening, internet friends. How are you all doing? I'm Adam Green. This is No More News. Thank you for joining me. Tuesday, June 30th, 2026. So much to get into tonight. We've got Trump's new gift to the White House, a golden eagle, a little bit on that. We have a clip regarding quote-unquote low IQ anti-Semitism. We're going to investigate the internet's latest conspiracies about the Rode microphone lavalier blowing up in the assassination of Charlie Kirk, like Candace Owens and others are saying. And then we're going to go into the demon destroyer, the demon demolisher, the demon eraser, and his debate, clips from his debate with Black Hebrew Israelite Captain Tazariak. So, powerchat.live/knowmorenews, turning that on right now. Show's only made possible thanks to you guys and your support. Your comment will be read on the stream. powerchat.live/knowmorenews. Want to hear what you guys have to say. All right, so this is from Trump. The White House posts a golden gift to the White House for its 250th birthday year. Donald Trump. Golden eagle. 11 stars. And of course, right on cue, Jews like Ed Krasenstein says he's Hitler. The Nazis had an eagle. Trump's golden eagle compared to a Nazi. The eagle is on our quarter and our bills. Look, this one, 39,000 likes. It says the White House isn't 250 years old. Who cares? America is. Jeez, pedantic. 11 stars. Cool. Oh, 11 stars? Question mark. Like, what is that about? What's that supposed to mean? Maybe that's just how many fit that look cool on the image. I don't know. Trading the dog whistle for a megaphone. So this is a megaphone dog whistle to all the Nazis. Eagle equals Nazis. 39,000 likes. Every single dollar bill has it. Trump's been posting a lot of eagle stuff. He's very Roman Empire-esque, very Edom-esque. He's got his Arch of Titus he wants to build. He's bringing back the Olympic Games to America, basically. He's got America's Golden Age eagle. Here with the two eagle. Eagle on the quarter, of course. It does go back to Roman. We're going to play an interesting clip from Forgotten Origins, an audiobook I listened to. Fourth Ezra, what it says about the eagle Edom Rome being destroyed by the Messiah. All right. And Trump's 250-year carnival, festival. Apparently everybody's clowning. Nobody watching this band, apparently. Looks like a good setup, though. Maybe this is just early. Maybe this is just sound check. Maybe this is just the opener that nobody cares about and the main events, or it's going to be packed. I don't know. Look at this one, too. A lot of symbolism of Trump with the eagle as the general. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 Noahide laws for the 70 nations. For the 77 years old. You're getting discombobulated. So there's Trump's Edom eagle. You guys, that was cool. Thank you.
$5 during the World Cup. There was a trend of videos enjoying American culture. The Christians run with, and I'm like, yeah, they like all the fun stuff. They think you guys and just like they see the man if only Christianity to sap.
Maxed out bear, thank you.
$0 on Tuesday shekels.
Thank you, Maxed out bear. You're the man. Remember this, too? This was interesting. Trump posted a photo of a dead falcon in Israel, claiming to be a bald eagle in the United States. Windmills are killing all of our beautiful bald eagles. I think it's because he wants to do oil stuff. Probably is why he's doing that. But another eagle. At the UFC event that they had on the White House, they opened it up by having an eagle fly in. It's pretty cool, actually. Remember, Trump also did a photo shoot with an eagle where it like really didn't like him. It was hissing at him and shit, and he didn't like it. All right, that was at the UFC just a couple weeks ago. Best UFC a night ever. Actually, really cool, badass. Total bread and circus with the Roman emperor right there sitting courtside. Here's Trump. Bald eagle attacks Trump during photo shoot 10 years ago. So when he first started running, one of the early photo shoots he did.
You gotta go faster. Yeah. Put your hand out of the glove. How's my hair? No good. No good.
Such good optics.
That's great.
Oh, that's sick.
Almost done here.
This is what I imagine. I'm like, I told you guys about the crow. I'm trying to make friends with the crow. I've been feeding him, and he keeps coming back. I want that crow to land on me one day, and I'm going to take the selfie, or I'll just AI it, and it'll be like my crow friend. Actually, that goes so hard.
You don't show the aspirin over there.
Oh, the aspirin. Remember that? Oh, it almost bit him. Look at that. The aspirin. Remember, wasn't there some story about him taking aspirin and like the bruises on his hands? And he's like, I take the big aspirin. All I do is take the big aspirin. Remember that Emperor Edom moment for sure.
Sent $0 on Emperor of Edom.
King of Kings, King of the West.
You don't show the aspirin over there.
He's worried about people seeing the aspirin. What, for his heart attack? For an issue he has? That was a story. And remember, it came out about the aspirin. There was aspirin gate at one point with Trump.
You don't show the aspirin over there.
His aspirin.
Dude, pretty good reflexes by Trump, actually.
We're not doing it again. I'm doing this for the cover of Time Magazine.
Time Magazine.
What you will do for a cover, this bird is seriously dangerous but beautiful.
Pretty cool, pretty cool. Okay, here, let's do Mizrahi now. Mizrahi, describing America's Edom, Germany, Russia, back to Edom and the Roman Empire.
Their mark is eagle, and that's really the sign of the Romans and the Russians and the Americans and the Germans. All the evil empires, they all have the same symbol. You may say, but why America? Fine, Germany, we know why. Russia, we know why. Babylon, we know why. The Romans, we know why. But why America? The answer is wait and see. Don't you see what's coming? It may take 5 years, it may take 20 years, we don't know. Only Hashem knows. But right now the gun is already pointed at us. The anti-Semitism.
See, the anti-Semitism is going to rise, and they're going to have to flee, and then God is going to crush Edom. Edom's going to get destroyed. We see this narrative everywhere. It's 1930s Germany. Anti-Semitism is exploding.
On a rise. Someone asked me today, what should we do? Should we really move to Israel? So I said, not one person in the world can answer this question right now. Because Hashem got the world to such a situation that nobody knows anything. Nobody knows what's going to happen here in an hour from now. Nobody knows what's going to happen here next week. Nobody knows what will happen in Israel next week. No one knows. Economies collapse overnight.
Chat says the eagle is pagan and white power.
When a government announced that they are bankrupt and nobody can take money out of the checking account or saving account or CDs, everything is frozen until further notice, like it happens in some countries, then the mess begins. Riots, killing, shooting, mass murdering, burning buildings. You don't know what can be next. United States is in bankruptcy. Really, that's the truth. Every year they get another $1 trillion to the deficit. how long your debt would last. The bank keeps giving you loans and another loan, and eventually the bank forecloses. So United States is already, if not in bankruptcy, at least in Chapter 11. The debt of United States is probably will never be able to be paid. The world is in nothing better. In Europe, other countries, same story. Israel was doing very well, but in 4 months Hashem crushed them to the ground.
Israel was doing very well. Eagle in Obadiah, the whole book about destroying Edom.
$5 not sure about Hamilton's orphaned as a child and adopted by prosperous merchant. Comes from the Scottish Hamilton, and also how many Jews have you heard of died in a gun duels?
Good point. Yeah, that was a controversial thing. People were like, "Oh, you didn't know Hamilton was Jewish?" It's like, no, I don't recall hearing that actually. Owl's cool.
Owls are cool sent $5. The eagle clearly isn't interested in being part of fairy tale. Mr. Eagle was ahead of his. Speaking of birds, it's so fucking annoying when they say Mooch is an owl. Can't stand it. Stop owl hate. No more of these fairy tales.
I love owls. Owls are so cool. Okay, Obadiah 1:4, the whole thing all about destroying Edom. The eagle is used as a metaphor for the pride and false security of Edom. Now listen to 4th Ezra, which is early, dated approximately 70, around the time the Gospels. So the Jewish version, a Jewish book written after the destruction of the temple, fantasizing about getting revenge on Edom, Rome, described as the eagle. And they ultimately did with Jesus, really. A sect of Jews, their Messiah conquered the pagan
Messiah
gods
is identified.
of Edom. But listen to this.
The Messiah is identified as God's son in 728. The title son is also used various times without the term Messiah.
See, already we're having Jewish themes of God's son being the Messiah, also within strands of early Judaism, like which the same thing the Christians did.
The Messiah is identified as God's son in 728. The title son is also used various times without the term Messiah. Chapter 7 states, "For behold, the time will come when the signs which I have foretold to you will come to pass, that the city which now is not seen shall appear, and the land which now is hidden shall be disclosed. And everyone who has been delivered from the evils that I have foretold shall see my wonders. For my son, the Messiah, shall be revealed with those who are with him, and those who remain shall rejoice 400 years. And after these years, my son the Messiah shall die, and all who draw human breath. And the
That's crazy too. Book of Ezra. What is it? It's 4th Ezra, 2nd Esdras. It's Esdras. It's also called. It says that the Messiah is God's son and that he will die. Talk about a smoking gun. This is the type of Jewish traditions that were circulating before Christianity, that were co-opted, appropriated, incorporated into Christianity.
world shall be turned back to primeval silence for 7 days, as it was at the first beginnings, so that no one shall be left." Michael E. Stone interprets the revelation of the Messiah, along with those who are with him, as suggesting the Messiah's pre-existence.
Just as Jesus was a pre-existent angel.
Who these individuals are is unclear. After this period, the dead are resurrected, and God executes judgment on the nations. The Messiah, in subsequent chapters, reappears, however. Chapter 12 explains the vision of a lion who judges an eagle. The Messiah, represented by the lion, is from the house of David. The eagle undoubtedly represents the Roman Empire.
Undoubtedly represents the Roman. So they're putting the eagle into their lore, and Trump is eagle maxing? Like, is Trump eagle maxing because some Jews convinced him of it, so to like portray America as Edom, or does he just admire the Roman Empire and see how we are sort of through Christendom and then America, like a continuation of the Roman, Greco-Roman Empire, and just thinks he's just Roman Emperor maxing because it's based and he wants to. But Elon's the same way. Elon's always comparing America to Rome. Everybody does.
The principal mission of the Messiah is the destruction of the Roman Empire.
And through Jesus, the Jewish Messiah, they had the destruction of the pagan Roman Empire, the hijacking of the pagan Roman Empire.
And as for the lion whom you saw rousing up out of the forest, and roaring and speaking to the eagle, and reproving him for his unrighteousness,
The
and
Lion
as
of
for
the
all his
tribe of
words
Judah?
that you have heard, this is
So, like, the point of the Messiah, who was the Son of God and was going to die, his point was to destroy Rome, and then they invented Jesus, and it conquered Rome. But, oh, that's not a smoking gun. Talk about a smoking gun. That's crazy.
the Messiah, whom the Most High has kept until the end of days, who will arise
Kept hid. That's what the Christians thought, that he was revealed. He was hidden till the end of days in the scriptures, but revealed through the Holy Spirit in the interpretation of the apostles, having midrashic and mystical experiences, invented and conceived of this figure, thought it was to be rejected by the Jews and go to the nations and the Gentiles. Bing, bang, boom, the whole thing. Dude, this is a huge bombshell.
from the posterity of David, and will come and speak to them. He will denounce them for their ungodliness and for their wickedness, and will cast up before them their contemptuous dealings. For first, he will set them living before his judgment seat, and when he has reproved them, then he will destroy them. He fights and defeats the multitude. He is identified as the hidden one that God has reserved for many ages to deliver the righteous survivors of persecution.
Dude, great. The hidden one, just like the hidden theme is all throughout Jesus. And the hidden Son of Man is in Book of Enoch. And they associate that Son of Man and Enoch with the servant of Isaiah 42 and 49 and 52 and 53. There's your midrash.
Loki
all
_redneck
pre-Christian,
mullet sent
non-Christian
$0
threads.
Tuesday shekels. Ty Stagger. The only thing I was disappointed about Oliver Tree was him not talking about the National Socialist German last Battalion breakaway civilization occupying Agartha.
Yeah, he should have mixed the Nazi bases theory into his Flat Earth Antarctica mockumentary. That was good. That was good. Yeah, good one. He's covering up the Nazi bases, actually. That's why they took him out.
The 10 tribes return
Thank you, Loki. Always coming through. Loki, Maxed Out Bear, Sober Jeff.
from their exile. Ezra eventually comes to understand God's sovereignty, and is ultimately shown a heavenly Jerusalem.
Heavenly
Messiah is
Jerusalem. Heavenly Jerusalem, just like in Christianity. Just like in Dead Sea Scrolls. Dude, that is so fire. Totally not confusing at all. Yeah. Wait a second. Also known as Second Edris. Sorry, I'm just tripping out on this table real quick. Dude, that's a big smoking gun. I'm not sure I even got all that in my book, to be honest. I know I cover Second Edris, but now I want to look up my book and see what exactly I cited in there. That's crazy. So there's your Edom. You know what? Real quick, I got to get all these bookmarked. Uh-oh.
Parisia Time sent $0 on. Is the barrier to people understanding the problem we all recognize in IQ or cognitive dissonance? PS. Small hat challenge. Send.
Isn't it an IQ problem? I'd say it's an IQ problem to get duped by people that are wrong. More likely you're to be duped by things if you're lower IQ. You fall for falsehoods. So it makes people more susceptible to bullshitters out there that are spewing bullshit that are a little bit smarter than them. So yeah, pretty much ultimately, yeah. Low IQ, goyim sheep problem, syndrome, that's the problem. All right, what was I going to do here? I was going to bookmark these real quick. I got to bookmark these. I'll say, got it. Get it, got it, good. Canada Hates Trump says, welcome to Loserville. Nobody gives a F. It's the same clip we already saw. I bet you it's going to be packed later. I don't know. They didn't have any real heavy hitters. Remember, they asked a bunch of like Kid Rock and terrible celebrities, and like a bunch of them even dropped out. I thought that they canceled the whole thing, to be honest. All right. Let's get these closed up. All right, latest clip. Possibly the worst cope of all time, says Howling Mutant. Dan Bilzerian, Jake Shields, and Owen Benjamin, the dynamic duo. We're in good hands, guys. With these guys leading the charge against Zog, dude, things are looking good. We're in good hands. What could go wrong? They cry about Nick Fuentes calling them low IQ anti-Semites. Let's see.
Get the fucking word out. Yeah, that was one. It was the normalizing Epstein, like saying that he wasn't a pedophile. That was fucking like inexcusable. Yeah, the coolest guy ever. He had an aura. That's what he said. Then, and I don't know if it was before or after, but the Charlie Kirk thing, saying anybody that doesn't agree with the Charlie.
Gays for Jesus sent $10. You will never convince Christians to not be delusional. They need just get a MD and you'll convert way more Christians. Gays for Jesus sent $10. You will never convince Christians to not be delusional. They need just get a MD and you'll convert way more Christians.
They need medication? Oh, get an MD? Is that what you said? Imagine watching these guys unironically. Yeah.
The Kirk narrative is a low IQ anti-Semite, like weaponizing that word to like fucking trash anybody that questioned the government narrative. That's fucking crazy. Him even just saying low IQ anti-Semite was very fucking strange. Just like, for me, I want all of it. I want the idiots talking about it. I want the smart people. I want everybody in between.
Dude, do you not realize that if you got a bunch of idiots that are the most vocal and getting boosted by foreign bots that say a bunch of stupid shit that doesn't work and isn't true and makes you the villain and it hands W's to Jews, how that could be counterproductive? So you're saying there's no such thing at all of optics or strategy or truth?
For it and bought a Bible last time, but the green pill.
Really? You were still Christian, Macrometer, just a year ago? That is amazing. Thank you, Macrometer. You're amazing, dude. That's so cool.
Some of the best dudes.
Yeah, dude. I mean, Owen's a flat earther that thinks nukes are fake and is like the king of low IQ anti-Semitism and in like kooky kosher conspiracies. You go look at the headlines of what Jake's interviewing guests on his podcast and all the wacky kooky shit he's sharing over there.
I know have low IQs. They're like.
And by the way, both of these guys are also part Jewish.
Strange. Just like, for me, I want all of it. I want the idiots talking about it. I want the smart people. I want everybody in between.
Because some of the best dudes I know have low IQs. They're like awesome guys too.
Yeah.
You know, it's like.
Yeah, I don't care. Like, get the fucking.
Nobody said that a low IQ person couldn't be a good guy. A lot of Christians are low IQ. They can be good people. That wasn't even the argument.
Dude, I think you guys are some of the biggest pieces of shit I've ever met.
And pussies, too. You know, like, we need the fucking soldiers as well.
Yeah,
you know, like Marines, a lot of those guys might not be the fucking, 150 fucking IQ guys, but they'll go fucking kick a door in. You know, guys like Fuentes aren't going to kick any fucking doors in.
Yeah, high IQ guys are actually easily tricked because they can conceive of these giant things and they get stuck in these patterns.
Oh, that is a little bit true, actually. That's a fact. People that are intelligent, they're better at tricking themselves. That is true. I've heard that before, actually. That's a good point. I mean, dumb people are way easier to be tricked and way more gullible, get real. But it is true that smart people still can hold on to a belief that's wrong because they're so smart they can't, debunk themselves. This is funny.
A lot of those guys might not be the fucking, 150 fucking IQ guys, but they'll go fucking kick a door in. You know, guys like Fuentes aren't going to kick any fucking doors.
Yeah, high IQ guys are actually easily tricked because they can conceive of these giant things and they get stuck in these patterns where a low IQ guy can just be like, yeah, but an AI can't dig a hole, and they just see it for what it is,
Yeah, I mean,
actually, an AI could dig a hole, dude. They're going to have AI engineering robot machines that are going to build robots that will be controlled by AI and dig a hole. Get real. He's wrong about, I get your point, like the simplicity on something, the point you're trying to make, but AI definitely could dig a hole. They're probably using AI to program like those humanoid robots at SpaceX and Elon to do stuff like dig holes easily. They could make a robot with AI in it to dig a hole. Bad analogy, bro. Sorry.
AI can't dig a hole, and they just see it for what it is,
Yeah, I mean, it was that, and then him fucking shitting on Casey Putsch, and then endorsing a female Jewish Democrat. That was fucking crazy. So Casey Putsch, white Christian nationalist guy.
Yeah, he didn't even have a chance of winning, and he talked shit about Nick. So
I'm not like the white.
And I heard he didn't even endorse the dude or know who he was or his campaign before it either.
Pride guy, but that's what Nick is supposedly about.
Right.
And he says that women are like the most worthless fucking things ever. All this stuff, right? So then, and also he says the shit about the Jews. It's like, this is totally uncorrelated to what you've been saying. And not to mention, 3 months ago, he went on every fucking major podcast in America and talked about the left is coming to kill us, the blacks, this, that, just all the typical fucking Fox News shit, not the crux of.
Dude, Nick is not Fox News shit. What are you talking? Nick's been talking about like Jewish power in America for a decade, and you popped up like a year ago just saying Jew. Come on.
The fucking issue, which is Jewish supremacy. He just didn't speak about that on any of these podcasts. Look, I get it. If you don't want to talk about that on every fucking podcast, it might get fucking boring. I get that. But to not mention it on any of the mainstream stuff, like he's been waiting his whole fucking life to get on Piers, to get on Tucker, to get on fucking all these shows. Gets on all of them. Doesn't say a word about the most important fucking issue. And I also find it weird that he just coordinated all of a sudden after he fucking went out and said anybody that doesn't accept the Charlie Kirk narrative is a fucking retard. All of a sudden just gets every fucking major podcast in America.
Yeah, I mean, as someone who was deplatformed from actual banks and shit, they don't write it up in the New York Times. They're not the most canceled man, and it's this sleek photo. No. They don't say your name.
That's
ever.
true.
You know what I mean?
Say your name exactly.
Yep.
He's gotten a lot of press. That is true. That is certainly true.
Yeah, that was.
Okay. Hold on. Let's see this. I want to see this real quick. This was Dan on TMZ. Is this low IQ?
Are you anti-Semitic?
Is this good? Is this rhetoric and talking points that are going to help us win, or counterproductive that are destined to lose? Let's see.
Are you anti-Semitic?
No, I'm not anti-Semitic. I think that that's kind of a made-up term. I think the Palestinians are the real Semites. Term? Yes, because if you look at what a Semite,
Palestinians are the real Semites.
Was Hitler anti-Semitic?
What's that?
Was Hitler anti-Semitic?
Like I said, it's the term is focused solely on Jews, but actual Semites are the Arabs.
Dude, this is like basic bitch 10 years ago bad anti-Jewish arguments.
And Palestinians are Semites as well, and they actually have more DNA lineage to that region than any of the Eastern European Ashkenazi Jews that have taken it from them. So I kind of have issue with that term and how it's been hijacked to only talk about Jews.
So are you anti-Semitic?
Okay.
No, I'm not anti-Semitic.
I think that be something Khazarians. That wasn't all that bad. Look, everybody's talking about this viral stand-up comedian's joke
20
about Jews. Let's see it. Palate cleanser.
Folks, Hitler was born on 420, and boy, did he like smoking J's.
Has anybody ever heard that one before? I feel like I've heard that one before. Wow. They're acting like it's the funniest joke ever made. Are they laughing extra hard, like out of sensitivity to the Holocaust or something? You almost shit your pants? Okay, you thought it was funny? Smoking
That
J's.
is the greatest Hitler joke I've ever heard in my entire life.
Wow.
20 fucking years I've been doing this goddamn shit.
That's amazing. Not bad. I'm going to do this another night. Christianity versus paganism debate. I got an email. Somebody told me they knew the guy that did it and I should watch it. All right, let's get into this Black Hebrew Israelite verse. I don't know, a group of people, I guess. Let's see this. Highlights from See Through It All of this Black Hebrew Israelite versus Christians.
any race could be considered a Greek by nationality, but not ethnically. Like Paul was an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin, even though he was a Roman citizen. So you can't say that these was all white people. We can see in the Dark Ages, black people ruled Europe. Black people ruled Europe for 1,000 years. They called them Negro boy.
Is that why they called it the Dark Ages? Blacks were in control? Where does he think, in Europe?
Benjamin Franklin said, we don't want Europe to be black, America to be black like Europe. So when you make that blanket statement that everybody was...
He thinks blacks were in control of Europe in the Dark Ages? Are you kidding me? That's crazy.
...was white, that's a lie.
No, the original Christians
were
all
Christians were called the N-word, Acts 13:1. When they called the disciples, Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Niger. That word means black. And in Acts 11:26, that's when they were called Christians first. So Christ was a Jew, he was black.
I got a 135 on the Mensa test.
Wow, impressive.
For veganism and fruitarianism for a
there
few
you go.
Are a book called The Fat of the Land by an Icelandic guy and another one by Weston Price cured my tar.
Oh, dude, my wife's all about Weston A. Price. I've heard her mention that a million times. What does he say again? Like a good diet has you have good teeth or something? Yeah, no, all the veganism and cowspiracy stuff and forks over knives and all those like vegan and vegetarian and anti-meat documentaries, they almost got me too for a time. I'm not really close at all, but
So Christ
it got me wondering, like, am I gonna die? I was just like, oh, if I died 10 years earlier to eat meat, still worth it. That was like my attitude. Jesus was black.
Acts 11:26, that's when they were called Christians first. So Christ was a Jew, he was black. Paul was black. Paul was mistaken for an Egyptian. He was not mistaken for a Roman. So when you say that they was white, you're lying. Because the Bible says something different. The Bible says that Christ had woolly hair.
No, I'm
that
talking about
image
the original,
that they give of Jesus Christ, is it woolly or stringy?
I'm not going to argue because
dude, that's the same verse that the Christian identity, the white Hebrew Israelites try to say. Hair white as wool is what it says, and they go, that means he's white. He had white hair like a Targaryen Aryan Jesus, and he's saying it's wool. No, that means he had an afro. Dude, it's metaphorical, and that's not even about Jesus. That's talking about the Son of Man in the Old Testament.
Beowulf 914 sent $0 on Speak Truth. Micah Ang raised fist emoji.
Christ, that's right. Daniel 7:9. Oh shoot, sorry. Daniel 7:9. This verse, it drives me crazy that they do this. This is just because they're basing Jesus off the Son of Man. They came to a point where they thought the Son of Man was the Messiah. Sentiment. We see a lot of these e-crusaders now coping. They're like, Jesus wasn't Jewish. He was the Son of Man. He was for everybody. He meant to rule over all of man. It's like that makes it any better. All right, look. 7:9. His clothing was as white as snow. The hair of his head was white like wool. His throne was flaming with fire, and its wheels were ablaze. So this is talking Daniel 7, talking about the Son of Man. It's metaphorical. It's talking about some heavenly, divine figure that sits on the throne next to God. And they associated that with the sun and midrashically looked at everything about the Son of Man, everything about sons, everything about the servant, the branch, the star, the rod, the root, the scepter, and then combined all that into a Jesus story. Arvel did another Jesus was white live stream today. Are you sure? I thought he debunked that kooky stuff. Oh no, he debunked that white Europeans are really Israelites, but he might believe in Aryan Jesus still. My God. His eyes are blue and he's not a Jew. Yeshua was a Rasta. Anyway, this is what he's citing. He was talking about when they reference this in the New Testament, Christians go, Jesus' hair was white because of this verse, as if this is describing Jesus. Ridiculous.
No, that is hair.
No, I'm
that
talking about
image
the original.
So when you say that they was white, you're lying. Because the Bible says something different. The Bible says that Christ had woolly hair.
No,
that image that they give of Jesus Christ, is it woolly or stringy?
I'm not going to argue because
no, that is the argument, because if you're saying the original Christians were white, but the original disciples of Christ were black.
That's crazy.
Any race
One of the
could be
first churches was in Ethiopia, though, and they were Middle Eastern. So closer to white than European, that's for damn sure. That's the crazy thing. White Christian identity guys that think that Europeans are the true Israelites, these kook that promote this anti-European Jewish bullshit, wannabe Jewish nonsense, they're even more retarded than this guy. How crazy is that? He's closer to the truth than these wannabe Jewish white people.
I will make a new covenant with the people.
So this is another debate. I guess he's debating multiple people. This is a guy that I've seen on Jake Shields and Sam Tripoli, the demon hunter. Getting those demons.
You walk in slavery. You're a slave.
I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I'm
you
a
are
free man.
No, bro. You
let me
have
ask
to,
you a
well,
question. Before you say that, do you think, wait, before you say
let
that,
me finish.
do you
Let me tell you how you're a slave.
Do you think if I was a slave, I would talk to you the way that I do?
Do you follow the Sabbath?
Yes.
You're a slave. Do you follow all the rules? Do you wear your little tassels and all that stuff? You're a slave. You're a slave to a bunch of rules. Yeah, you're a slave.
Slave to Yahweh. Yeah, hold on. I like where he's going with this. Yes. Yes, all Abrahamics are slaves to Yahweh. Even the Jews are really ultimately like, I don't know, they're the special chosen people. All the rest are slaves. Christians are called slaves over and over again. Bold strategy, calling him a slave. Let's see how it pans out, Cotton.
That's by default, bro.
Now,
that's being a slave. Do you know what Jesus brought? Jeremiah 31:31. It says,
did Paul
the
say,
days are coming, declares the Lord. Let me quote this.
Okay. Oh, dude, you're not a slave to Jesus. You're free with Jesus, bro. You're free with white Aryan Gnostic Jesus. Is that where we're taking this? Oh, no. Oh, no.
Days are coming, declares the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the people. It will not be like the people of my ancestors when I bought them, I held them by the hand and brought them out of Egypt. This new covenant will be like the,
read the rest of it.
Yeah.
Read the rest of it.
Jeremiah 31:31. It will not be like the covenant.
Right.
So that means all of this whole Passover and all this nonsense stuff. It says, the new covenant, I will write my laws in their hearts and I will put it in their minds. I will be their God and they will be my people.
Dude, that's all Old Testament. That's just it's in the Dead Sea Scrolls too. The law written on your heart, in your minds. That's just quoting the Old Testament. Dead Sea Scrolls people were doing that too. Is this guy like a Essene Gnostic Christian? Is that what we got going on here? Still shilling Rabbi Jesus?
No longer will they teach their neighbor or say to one another, you must know the Lord, for they will all know me, from the least of them to the greatest. What are you doing here trying to tell your people, oh, you must know the God, blah, blah, blah. Bro, you're missing it, dude. The Bible even tells you not to say you must know the Lord, for they will all know me. How are they going to know? Because in your heart, bro, your heart is what tells you what is true.
Your heart, bro. Your heart, bro. You got to believe in Jesus in your heart, bro. Dude, he's betaing out for Jesus right now. This is bad. I didn't realize. I've only heard him say kooky like demon and conspiracy stuff. I've never heard him go too deep on Jesus, I don't think.
Just like you probably know the first time you looked at porn, you probably remember it, don't you?
No.
Yeah, you don't? Oh, you looked at so much, faded? Bro, you probably remember the first time you stole something or the first time you did something wrong. Because the Holy Spirit is inside of all of us, bro. Okay. He's inside of you, he's inside of me, and he teaches us. That's the new covenant. It's not about, oh, I got to follow the feast. No, you're a slave. You follow the feast. That's what you are, bro.
So now I'm going to respond.
Go for it.
The key thing you're missing in Jeremiah 31 is that the law is being delivered in both. The
Discord mod turned e-crusader. Christianity is so soy. Wow, this is crazy.
Even in the Hebrew Torah, there is a verse where God says he has freed the Jews from Pharaoh to be his servants. The word in Hebrew is slave.
There you go. Even they're slaves. Get inside me, Yeshua. Dude, that was so crazy. I love him calling him
inside of me, and he teaches us. That's the new covenant. It's not about.
He's inside me, bro. He teaches me. Jesus is inside of my heart, bro. He's written on my heart, bro.
Oh, I got to follow the feast. No, you're a slave. You follow the feast. That's what you are, bro.
So now I'm going to respond.
Good robotic.
Go for it.
The key thing you're missing in Jeremiah 31 is that the law is being delivered in both. The law in the Old Testament was delivered this way. The law in the New Testament is still going to be delivered. The law doesn't go away.
Jesus said, I came not to abolish it.
I'll let you say it all.
Go, keep going.
Thank you. So Christ said, think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets. I came not to destroy.
He remembers the first bike he stole. Good one.
But to
Good
fulfill. Then he said, whosoever break the least commandments and teach men so shall be least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall teach and do them shall be called great. So when I teach...
Are you circumcising your heart, bro? You're not supposed to circumcise. You're supposed to circumcise your heart and your mind, bro. Watch the collapse. Yeah, spurging out. Bro, Jesus makes it so we circumcise our hearts and our brain. The foreskin's in our hearts, bro. Oh, do you hear yourself? Oh, but the demons, we need Jesus because the demons.
And do them. Am I great? Yes or no?
No. Sure.
When I teach and do them, am I great?
Whatever, bro.
Answer the question.
Are you questioning my faith?
When you teach not to do them, are you
what
the
are you
least?
talking about?
I know it goes over your head because you mentioned being a slave.
Jesus, hold up.
Paul
gave you freedom,
Jesus gave you freedom, bro. So funny.
10 Toes Grounded sent $5 by this Demon Slayer MF always dress like Eminem in 2010.
Yeah, he is in the Eminem fit. You're right. I don't know. I'm suspicious he's balding. He's completely bald on top. I don't know. I don't know if he's ever. I've only ever seen him with the black hat. Maybe it's some occult symbolism and he's part of the Illuminati or something. He's in the Black Hat Club with Chabad.
Said, I am a prisoner of Christ. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Is that wrong?
No.
Thank you. Because being locked in with God.
Yeah, bro, you're a slave to Christ. Got him. Got him. That's right. Bible says you're a slave to Jesus, a servant of Jesus. The footstool of Jesus. Tim Pool's cousin in Christ. That's funny. Watch the collapse. Oh, for sure. Forehead of doom. Yeah. I would guess. The hair is part of the hat. Eminem, dude, that's so funny. Got him. Slave for life.
And being a prisoner with God and being a prisoner of Christ is a great thing. But being locked into sin, Christ said in John 8:32.
Dude, these is two goy arguing about the right way to be a slave to the Jewish God. That's what we're talking about right here. How can you be the right type of slave to the Jewish Messiah and the Jewish God? That's where we're at. That's the discourse.
Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
Yeah.
The Pharisees said, we are the sons of Abraham and have never been in bondage to any man. And Christ said, he that is a servant of sin is in bondage.
Christian identities make the same argument too. Oh, that means they're not really Israelites.
Jew on it.
That means they're not really Israelites. They said that they were never in slavery. Dude, the context is that they themselves personally were never in slavery. Their ancestors in Egypt, sure, that doesn't mean they were slaves. That's what it's actually saying. Amalek's here. He says, that's Exhibit from Pimp My Ride. Feel old yet? That's so funny. He does look just like him. Dude, I saw Exhibit live one time. Yeah, let's go. White Boy Summer and Eminem at the same time. Those were the days, dude. Exhibit and Eminem live. Bruh.
Bondage to it. And you're teaching people to sin.
No, bro, you are teaching people so.
Bro,
you walk in pride.
You
are so full of pride.
Sin. Do you keep the Sabbath?
Pride.
Do you keep the
you
Sabbath?
You walk in pride. No, I don't actually.
You are a slave to sin.
Jesus was the Sabbath,
you
bro.
You go to church on Sunday.
Jesus was the Sabbath, bro. Jesus is the Sabbath, bro. Like, who gives a fuck about the Sabbath? How about that? Oh, he saved us from the curse of the law. It's like, we weren't under the Jewish law. Dude, we don't got to observe the Sabbath anymore because Jesus, bro.
On Brothers the OG for the Hebrew Hood.
Bro's the OG for the Hebrew. Isn't that crazy? This guy thinks that, like, without Jesus, God wants us to observe the Sabbath and foreskin our foreskin, circumcise our foreskins. World star. World star.
We are the sons of Abraham and have never been in bondage to any man. And Christ said, he that is a servant of sin is in bondage to it. And you're teaching people to sin.
No, bro, you are teaching people so.
You are
bro, you
a
walk
slave
in pride.
to sin.
You are so
have
full of
to
pride.
sin. Do you keep
you
the
are
Sabbath?
walking pride.
Do you keep the
you
Sabbath?
walk in pride. No, I don't actually.
You are a slave to
Jesus
sin.
was the Sabbath,
you
bro.
Dude, he's so wanna be Jewish. He's keeping the Sabbath. That's so funny.
Church on Sunday, you are a slave to sin.
Bro, Jesus
you keep Christmas, you are a slave
Let me ask
to
you a question.
sin.
So the,
you see how I just flipped that on you?
The blood of the lamb came
I just want
for
you to
what
answer
purpose?
my question.
Jesus is the Sabbath. Is that even like a normal? Jesus was the Passover lamb and the Yom Kippur sacrifice. He replaced those, but Jesus is the Sabbath.
Christ said, if you break then teach, excuse me, if you
did
break
Jesus
the least,
break the Sabbath?
I'm just
Yes,
asking
he did.
a question, man. Can
Jesus
I ask my
broke the
question
Sabbath.
first?
Yeah, go for it.
Christ said, if you break the least commandment and teach men, so you the least, right?
Sure.
Right? So if you don't eat pork, you're the least, right?
I don't eat pork.
I'm sorry. If you eat pork, you're the least, right?
It says he's the Lord of the Sabbath. The Son of Man is Lord of the Sabbath. It's said in Mark, and then it's copied in Matthew, and then Luke. The Son of Man is the Lord of the Sabbath. I wonder what that's a reference to. I wonder why we'd say it. Is there? I'm thinking there could be like maybe in Melchizedek's scroll or something. There's a concept of the Lord of the Sabbath that he's adopting, I bet. Dispute over what is permitted. Okay, close enough. Divine authority. Son of Man. Okay. Lord of the Sabbath is not a quotation from the Hebrew Bible. All right.
I don't think that's what the law is.
The law says you can't eat pork.
He's saying teach
the
my
law
commandments.
Says the least
that law is not the law he's talking about, bro.
Servant of sin. You are a slave to sin.
You're a slave
about to
your
fight
rituals,
me.
bro.
You're about to fight me on the least commandment because you're a slave to sin.
No, it's
I'm
irrelevant.
a slave to God. I'm a slave to the commandments.
Dude, you're both slaves to Jews if you believe the Old Testament is real. Sorry. Hate to be the one to have to tell you guys. You're both slaves to the idea of the Torah prophecies being real and the Torah being real. Thus, the Jewish God being real.
You're a slave to pride, bro. You're so prideful, it's insane,
dude. If Christ says, if I keep the commandments, I'm great. If I break the commandments, I'm least.
You're prideful.
Should I
You'll
fight
find
to be
out.
the greatest or should I fight to be the least? Which one?
Bro, you're a slave
should
to
I
pride.
fight to be the greatest or fight to be the least?
You don't even understand what Jesus was saying,
Can you answer the question?
Bro,
should
your
I
question's
fight
irrelevant.
to be the greatest or fight to be the
Sure,
least?
fight to be the greatest, but your
so
question's
then I have
irrelevant.
to keep the commandment, right?
Dude, I picture Jesus as like a total anti-demon, like Aryan Chad, animal rights activist, like Rastafarian, right?
Oh, great Odin's raven.
No, you don't understand Jesus' commandments. He said those that don't keep Jesus' commandments. What was Jesus' commandments? He said, no. What was Jesus' commandments?
Christ said,
what was his?
I'm going to read it. To love God with all thy might,
there you
soul, and strength.
There you go. And love your neighbor as yourself.
And he said, wait, let me finish. Let me finish. On these hang what?
The Lord, yeah.
Hang all
of the other commandments.
The law.
Yeah. There you go.
So again, you cannot break the least commandment.
So you're not
Christ
loving
said on those
me,
two principles, the
you're
Bible never
it.
told me I had to love you. You're not,
dude. How much are we going to be fighting about Jewish fairy tales with each other? How much longer are all the goy going to fight about who's the true Jews and the true covenant, the true Messiah and satanic over these Jewish fairy tale Harry Potter cosplay world? Huh? How much longer?
Bro, you just
Onyx Rock
Thank
said
you, Rock.
$5. Imagine if the Jews who wrote these texts came back and saw all the absurdities then came down the line.
I know. He says this is witchcraft. I missed that. Who said that? He's like, you're a demon, bro. Just call him a demon, dude. Drop the D on him. Drop the big uppercase D demon on him.
I don't eat pork.
I'm sorry. If you eat pork, you're the least, right?
He doesn't eat pork? Don't tell me. Oh, dude, he's a vegetarian. Is he part of the veggie crew? The vegetarian crew? Dude, there's like a weird vegetarian, Gnostic conspiracy theory cult surrounding around Jake Shields, apparently. He's tapped into it.
I don't think that's what the law is.
The law says you can't eat pork.
He's saying teach my commandments. That law is not the law he's talking about, bro.
Servant of sin. You are a slave to sin.
You're a slave to your...
The Bible never told me I had to love you. You're not my neighbor.
Bro. You just witchcraft all your words, bro.
You're not my neighbor.
Straight witchcraft. Okay.
Yes. Witchcraft. He's a witch. Is that his idea of witchcraft? Just some black guy being a sophist?
On those two principles, the Bible never told me I had to love you. You're not my neighbor.
Bro. You just witchcraft all your words, bro.
You're not my neighbor.
Straight witchcraft.
Okay.
Dude, you're just a witch and a demon, bro. And you don't know the true teachings of Jesus, bro. That was good. That was good. I thought I had more. Was that it? Okay, Nick's rant about he's tired of the Muslims. I'm a little interested in hearing that. Hold on. What does this guy say about these guys coping about Jesus being a Jew? Let's check that out a little bit. Dude, these guys.
The biblical term Jew or Israelite or Hebrew, right, that belongs to the covenant people of the old covenant, right? That doesn't exist anymore.
Straight witchcraft, son. This is witchcraft, bro. I'm going to use that one. You're a sorcerer. You're a wizard, bro. You're doing wizardry on me. You're Christian pill pulling me like a witch, witch ass. Oh, that's funny. What is this, Amalek? Another clip?
Because that old creation is completely gone, right? To say that it does exist is to say the world is still ruled by demons and angels and everything else, and that Christ is not seated at the right hand of God.
Yeah.
Right. If we say that, that means, right, that term Jew today, it doesn't mean what the Bible calls Jew.
Right.
Right. It means people of a particular ethnic heritage that practice a particular religion today in the 21st century. Right. Those are distinct and separate things.
Yeah.
And so people get those confused all the time.
No, you're trying to create a big distinction. Like, it's the ancestors, same people, doing the same religion in the same place. Like, why are they bending over backwards? It's because they have to. Because if the Jews returning to their land, like, debunks their replacement theology thing a little bit. So they have to go, they're the secular Jews, and it's Ashkenazi fake Khazarian Jews, and it's just not the Jews of the Bible. They have the Talmud now, so it's not the same Jews anymore. It's just like, it's Christian cope. Useless Christian cope.
Think that, well, when the Bible says Jew, it's talking about, Jewish people today. It's not at all.
Those Jews today have no connection.
Yeah, not biblically. Right, not biblically.
Not biblically, not covenantally. And
so they didn't kill Jesus then? The people you run around saying are Christ killers all day, they're not the same people? What is this with this retarded cope, dude? Jews aren't Jews, and they don't follow Judaism, and they secretly worship Satan, and they're just wrong about everything. And then we point out that you're wrong, and this goes nowhere, and you just play the villain and give them their victim status, and then you go, "There's no such thing as low IQ anti-Semitism." Yeah, you're looking at it. This idiot that thinks that the Jews' God is real—that's low IQ anti-Semitism.
Maybe partially ethnically in terms of DNA. Yeah. But there are plenty of non-Jews that also have
that connection,
that genetic connection.
Yeah. So again, right, that people, that category, that distinct category that God has made in humanity in the old covenant, Jew and Gentile, those are completely gone. So those are not the same people. There's not the same category any longer, right? So Jews, in the biblical sense, right, they do
category
not
error.
exist.
Oh, category error. They're a different category. Like, you're playing semantic word games. Sorry. False distinction fallacy.
That's
today
right.
Anymore.
That's
right? It's only Christians and non-Christians.
That's right. Amen.
So Jews don't even exist, guys. Not even real. Not even Jews. Nothing to do with the Bible. Don't worry about it. Dude, you guys see what Owen Schroyer has done to his hair? I don't know if he's having a midlife crisis. He bleached his hair blonde and has a mustache. Like, he looks like a Miami coke dealer. Like, what the fuck? Is this his way of coming out of the closet? Just joking. He's just trying to mix it up. It makes me, I might have to AI myself with, I'll be like, make the hair yellow blonde and give him a mustache. Like that one dude. Midlife crisis? White boy summer? He got inspired by Elijah Schaffer. He bleached his hair too. That was to cover up the drugs from the drug testing and the family court thing, though, probably. But all right, just trolling Owen. You know you did it, and everybody was going to troll you, so don't worry about it. Oh, we might close out with this, a nice little mix they made at Fuentes. Okay, you said, Amalek, this is a better edit. Let's see your edit then.
Went pretty well. So anyway, but we did it. I was out there in Miami, did a podcast with Tyson Hockley as well.
Shout out Tyson.
Well. I always try to put the young guys on. I always try to put them on.
Dude, Tyson's been cool to me. He had me on. He was cool. I've been in spaces with him. He's tried to set me up on some debates.
On a little bit. I always try to help the young buck. And it was a pretty good show. I think there's some good clips. So it's also important because he's one of these guys that's considering becoming Muslim. So I had to reach out.
Nah, we already knocked some sense into him on that. He was over that kick. We saved him from that like a year ago in the spaces, I remember.
To put a stop to that. I'm so sick of the fucking Muslim stuff. I can't even begin to tell you. Let me just say something real quick. The Muslims have completely overstayed their welcome. There was a time a couple of years ago when we and the Muslims were kind of pointing in the same direction because we were both opposed to what Israel was doing in Gaza for different reasons. There was a time 1 year ago, 2 years ago, when the Muslims and the white nationalists were kind of coming together.
No, bro, that was just you. That was you and Sneeko and Suleiman and Lucas Gage. And we were saying, no, that's retarded. That's not going to work. That's third world, brown clown, low IQ. They're anti-white. They don't care. They're low IQ clowns. And then you and a few others like Lucas Gage and like, let's just unite everybody against the Jews. The Jews are the enemy. Let's unite with everybody. It was you guys doing that.
Because we both opposed Israel. But they have totally overplayed their hand, totally overstayed their welcome. And so there was a time when they were criticizing Israel with us. Now all they do is push their bullshit religion and defend grooming gangs, doing apologetics for grooming gangs and saying, if you have a problem with grooming gangs, if you have a problem with these towel heads in your country, well, you're a Zionist. If you don't want your country to be invaded by violent Muslims raping everybody, oh, well, you're a Zionist. That's what Israel wants you to believe. And it's like, you know what? Forget it.
They were doing that all along.
I don't think so. Now they're complaining about that movie. There's this movie that came out with Armie Hammer.
And worst of all with Muslims is that they are playing the role of Ishmael and waiting for a Messiah to come to defeat the Antichrist according to a religion that's rooted in the Torah. That's the real problem with the Christian-Muslim alliance. That the Christian-Muslim low IQ anti-Semitism alliance is like the controlled paradigm against the Jews that keeps it on the kosher Jewish Abrahamic plantation. Same guy, dude, kvetching so hard that he said Epstein had aura. Like, okay, I'm sorry. Saying somebody has aura doesn't mean that they didn't do messed up things or he wasn't like a Jewish billionaire laughing about the goyim. The dude was hanging around young models, super famous influencers, billionaire, like a private island. A billionaire has a private island. Schmoozes rich, influential people. Like, I don't think you're doing that if you don't have some type of charisma or aura. Let's get real. I mean, I don't see how everybody freaks out so hard about that, to be honest. Like, you can say bad people or people you don't like have an aura about them. I mean, if you heard the guy talk, he didn't sound like he had much aura or look like he had much aura. But yeah, and also the aura thing is basically a troll. He's trolling people that were kvetching. Exactly, Amalek. It's like bait to troll people.
Now they're complaining about that movie. There's this movie that came out with Armie Hammer, Cannibal, W. There's this movie that comes out where Armie Hammer, call me by your name, Cannibal, W's in the chat. Armie Hammer is going around killing all these Muslims for raping kids. And the Muslims are like, this is Jewish propaganda. I'm like, careful. Careful with what you say, because if that's Jewish propaganda, then it's Kino. So be careful. It's just a reminder. We are Christians.
I mean, come on. Trump has aura. Elon has an aura. You know, if you're a billionaire and a celebrity, like, there's a good chance you've got a bit of aura. Like, to freak out so hard about that. Just because you say somebody has an aura doesn't mean that you like everything about them also.
This is a Christian civilization.
It's like purity spiraling. It's nitpicking, I feel like.
Western civilization. I'll even tolerate some of the veneration of the European gods.
What? Hold on, let's hear that again. Did you hear that?
Civilization. This is Western civilization. I'll even tolerate some of the veneration of the European gods.
Let's go!
Not in a serious religious way, but when...
Yes! He tells the Catholics no more, the E-Crusaders no more LARPing, but he's okay with the Apollonians. All right. And a little veneration of the pagan gods. Hey, we're not going to hate on the white gods anymore, Groypers. You hear that? Get in line. Stop LARPing like E-Crusaders. You're a bunch of incel losers. He told you, not me. Total Apollonian victory. What's happening? Dude, I don't know, man.
It's just a reminder. We are Christians. This is a Christian civilization. This is Western civilization. I'll even tolerate some of the veneration of...
Oh, thanks. You'll even tolerate the non-Catholics? The secular people? What? You used to call us demons, and we're going to burn in hell. Well, they'll probably still say that. We're going to burn in hell. That's just Christianity.
Civilization. This is Western civilization. I'll even tolerate some of the veneration of the European gods. Not in a serious religious way, but when Spengler talks about Apollonian civilization and we talk about some of our roots in
Apollonian named. What? It's happening. Look at what he says about Catholics too.
I love to. There's not a lot of Catholic Europeans left. A lot of these young Europeans are very pagan, very anti-Jesus. So I love to hear that. There's not a lot of Catholic
all
Europeans
the Catholics
left.
are not European, and that's the way things are going, right? Right?
In Greek philosophy, in Greek mythology, Roman mythology, okay, from a literary point of view, I'll tolerate that, and Christendom, but this Islam thing, it's got to stop.
It used to be, oh, the Muslims like Jesus too, and those pagans are like, hate Jesus. So he's flipped up his position. We criticized the position. I know I gave him a hard time about that. Let's see this one too. Look at this. This was November 2025. Embracing the neo-pagan right accusations. We're watching the Ark, the Apollonian Ark.
Dude, we gotta get high and watch Bob Ross. Fuck you. Our ancestors would beat the fuck out of you. Our Viking and Roman ancestors would beat you to death if they could see what you're doing right now. Our ancestors were subsistence farmers and Vikings and legionaries, and they marched and they took over Europe and they built an empire, and you want to hang out. You want to hang out and get high. I feel bad for you. I would feel bad for you if I didn't hate you and wanted to...
Okay, Amalek, do you think you could find the post where he says stop LARPing? He's like, crosses in your bios, E-Crusader helmets, stop LARPing.
And you know who's promoting it the most? Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson has these people on to glaze Islam. Enough already. Enough with this. It is a false religion. It is a different civilization. I don't want to hear it anymore. It's enough already. I do not want our civilization to be dominated by Jewish oligarchs. I also don't want it to be invaded by Muslim rapists. You can believe both things at once. We can morally walk and chew gum at the same time.
All right, hold on. Here's another one I found. We was Vikings maxing.
And here's the difference. They got nothing to lose.
Hold on. Let's hear this one.
Listen, be careful, okay? Because these Mexicans and blacks, they're violent. Be careful. And here's the difference. They got nothing to lose. It's not that you're not tough. You got nothing to prove. Whites are as tough as they come. We're Vikings, okay? We're fucking Romans, Vikings.
We're Vikings, he says. He's like a little bit Irish. We'll take it. Judges, percentage Irish, Vikings. He means like white people in general is what he means. Europe are Vikings.
Nazis. We're the fiercest warriors that ever existed on the face of the planet. It's why we run the fucking planet. But they got nothing to lose. Listen,
dude. Inching closer and closer. I don't think he'll ever drop the Catholic LARP, but he's telling his audience to. He thinks it's cringe.
We'll do that in the winter.
Groy per pilot sent $20. Would you ever support a Catholic king, either in the USA or in the Middle East?
We gotta grow up, guys. Like, we gotta put the comic books down. Would you ever support a Catholic?
Hey, put the New Testament Jewish comic books down. Put all those Jewish fairy tale comic books and your Jewish comic book superhero Jesus down. That's what it should be. That's what that's the subtext. Read between the lines. That's what he actually thinks and feels. I bet you anything. He was a Mayan, not a Viking. Yeah, you're a conquistador, Italian. You're Edom, bro. You're Italian. It's Edom.
We gotta grow up, guys. Like, we gotta put the comic books down. Would you ever support a Catholic king in the Middle East? Oh, like, dude, please. Take the flags out of the fucking username. Remove the flags from the username. Drop the LARP. Would you ever support a Catholic king? How old are you, sir? Are you 15 years old? Like, come on now. Goodness gracious.
Dude, you're mad that somebody in your audience thinks that you would be down for a Catholic king. Isn't that what you want, is Catholic theocracy, like in every European country? Isn't that your goal, is that we all got to become Catholic? So what's she so mad about? He just goes, guys, it's retarded. It's a retarded LARP.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I guess. It's not really in the cards.
Go Knight sent $20.
Would you support
Go Knight sent.
Would you ever support a Catholic king?
Clip.
Like Louis XIV?
That was it.
Yeah,
Go
bro,
Knight sent $20. What is your opinion on the bricks and minifig scandal?
All right.
Huey sent $20. Small Apollonian victory.
Yeah, dude. He's realizing the low IQ anti-Semitism is deeply ingrained with the Christ brain syndrome. I think our arguments and our talking points are gaining some ground.
Don't be a moral idiot, to borrow a phrase. We can hold both of those positions actually at the same time. No, I don't want Jewish oligarchs running America. I also don't want Muslim rapists invading Europe and America.
It's Basil and Spencer.
And I don't actually want to hear either of them. I don't want to hear Jews speaking in Hebrew. And I don't want to hear Muslims speaking in Arabic. I don't want to hear Jews going on and on about the Torah and all that other nonsense, rapping to fill in and, and doing all that.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about the Torah anymore either, Nick. It's exact. No more Torah. Let's get rid of the Torah and the Old Testament and the New Testament that's based on the Torah. How about that?
At the same time.
Cultural. This is culturally narrative shifting, gaining ground on the narrative in the culture, in the Christian pagan culture war. This is not losing ground. We'll put it that way.
I want Jewish oligarchs running America. I also don't want Muslim rapists invading Europe and America. And I don't actually want to hear either of them. I don't want to hear Jews speaking in Hebrew. And I don't want to hear Muslims speaking in Arabic. I don't want to hear Jews going on and on about the Torah and all that other nonsense, rapping to fill in and, and doing all that. I also don't want to hear the Muslim call to prayer and the Bismillah, Alhamdulillah. Shut the fuck up. America, this is America. Get that out of here. It's bad enough we have to hear all the Spanish. That's bad enough.
Well, why have you been such close bros with Sneeko, who is like praying in Times Square with a bunch of Muslims and saying New York is Stan, and marching with BLM saying white supremacist, systematic racism. Apollonian victory is inevitable, you say? Yeah.
I am just becoming radical.
Sneeko calls America the great Satan and pushes the stupid Baal stuff.
Because we have been trying it. We have been trying to be a little bit tolerant here on the radical right. And what happens is you give these people an inch, they take a mile, all of them. Whether it's the Jews, you see what happens with Jews. You give Jews an inch, they take a mile. You say, well, maybe we don't destroy Israel. They say, we need to destroy Iran. You give Muslims an inch, you say, we shouldn't destroy Gaza. They say.
We heard the part we were looking for. There it was. Where are we at on time? Hour and 15 minutes. Oh, I gotta pee, dude. I'm gonna pee, so we're gonna close out that segment, and I'll be right back. We're gonna go Macrometer's new song, Yeshua HaMashiach. This is in honor of the debate bros we heard earlier. Black Hebrew Israelite bro. That's right. Got him.
Shout out to Evan Williams. He's my brother in white Christ. Mashiach first. Hey, hey, hey. Yeshua HaMashiach. White rabbi to the Goyim dogs. Yeshua HaMashiach. 12 disciples moving weight. Flipping drugs. Hey. Hey, amethyst color Eucharist. Go hair smell like frankincense. Myrrh hashish made by temple priests. I'm the great white beast of the Middle East. In the lab with mid-rash until it was gas. Used the Septuagint, fuck the facts. Pretended it was wrote in the past, but now the story too loose. Yeshua HaMashiach. White rabbi to the Goyim dogs. Yeshua HaMashiach. 12 disciples moving weight. Flipping drugs. Peter, Mark, Matthew, Luke, and John never walked the path I was on. The path to the Father is through his Son, but they didn't write until I was done. I was on the cross to be the boss. Y'all looking like sheep, goyim and lost. I'm the word manifest by men in cloth, using passion to remember who got the sauce. Yeshua HaMashiach. White rabbi to the goyim dogs. Yeshua HaMashiach. 12 disciples moving weight. Flipping drugs. Don't believe the hype, I was white. Yeshua is a European name. My eyes are blue, and I'm 7'2", and I definitely was not a Jew. Yeshua HaMashiach. White rabbi to the Goyim dogs. Yeshua HaMashiach. 12 disciples moving weight. Flipping drugs. Yeshua HaMashiach. White rabbi to the Goyim dogs. Yeshua HaMashiach. 12 disciples moving weight. Flipping drugs.
Okay, we are back. Hope you guys enjoyed that little DJ song break, Yeshua HaMashiach. I wanted to play this clip too, and then we'll get into the Charlie Kirk conspiracies. Here's Mizrachi commenting on the debate he had on Sneeko's show we covered in the last stream. Let's hear what he has to say. He calls him Snako again, Sneeko the Snake. Let's see.
As you probably all heard, last night I had a famous debate with Sneeko the Snake.
Famous debate. I'm such a most famous rabbi debating all these brown clown monkey Sneeko.
We all heard last night I had a famous debate with Nico the Snake, some famous guy in social media. It's almost 200,000 views in less than a day.
Wow.
It was last night at 8 p.m. for about an hour and 15 minutes. And it already had a tremendous amount of views, thousands of comments. All day I was getting emails and messages about it. For the people who ask why we need to make debates with all kinds of non-Jews, the answer is we have no intention to convert Gentiles to Judaism. That's definitely not our goal. It's never been the goal. And when Gentiles come to me and they find me on YouTube and they listen to my lecture and they ask to convert to Judaism, I always tell them, and all the other rabbis as well say the same, go be a righteous Gentile. These are the 7 laws. You don't need a headache. It's going to be difficult for you. You have to move to Jewish community, find synagogue to learn. It's going to be very difficult. Just stay a righteous Gentile and you go to heaven. We are not missionaries. We have no intention to ask Gentiles come and join us. You understand? When you have the divine truth, you don't have to beg anyone to come and join you and make you stronger. You understand? We already know we have the truth. We don't have to impress anyone. If that's the case, why we need to make debates? Not for them, not for those non-Jews. It's only for the Jewish people that listens to them, that follow them on social media. There's a lot of ignorant Jews who have no idea what they live for. They don't understand their purpose. All day they're on social media. They're addicted to it. All day, Instagram,
he's doing it for the
TikTok,
Jews.
X, all these places of garbage. And when you need to pull the souls of the lost Jews from the filthiest place on earth, which is right now social media, and they are affiliated with the lowest level people on earth, unfortunately. The lower you are, the more followers you have today. This is the way it goes.
That's true.
A lot of these ignorant...
True. Dude, Rabbi, he's dropped some serious knowledge on that one right there. The more followers, the dumber they are, is usually the case. So true, Mizrachi. W take Mizrachi.
And when you need to pull the souls of the lost Jews from the filthiest place on earth, which is right now social media, and they are affiliated with the lowest level people on earth, unfortunately, the lower you are, the more followers you have today. This is the way it goes. A lot of these ignorant Jews are, hooked and hunted by these people. They actually, they have no idea. So once they see that the rabbi comes and express the real truth of the Torah in front of millions of people, many of them wake up. And that's why I got a lot of emails today. Open up my eyes. I have a lot to think about. It happened to also make a lot of Gentiles open their eyes and see that they live in a lie and their religion is fake. Yes.
See, dude, these fucking Muslims are setting up debates with Mizrachi. They're getting cooked. Oh, they were all Muslims. Oh, the Quran's real and totally not copied from the Torah. Oh, dude. See, this is why we can't let Muslims lead the charge against rabbis, because they end up taking L's. That's why. Asmongold liked these clips. He's up at 12:30 at night watching Mizrahi clips. What? That's good, dude. I hope he starts following you, Amalek.
I got a lot of emails also from Muslims today.
Amalek, the influencer
that,
whisperer.
they open up their eyes and they're considering changing their lifestyle and fate. But that's definitely not my intention. I'm not running to look for, hey, come join us. That's not my interest at all. So we have to do this. I made another debate with another very famous guy, Matan Even. He's a Jew. Very, very strange guy. I don't know how these kind of people get millions of followers. Don't ask me. I don't see 1% logic in here.
He has good questions.
It's a fact that these people, they know how to work with social media. They know how to publish themselves. Maybe they pay.
Dude, you're the most famous rabbi on. Who are you to talk? He's the most millions of views. You're the most clipped up rabbi and famous rabbi on the internet, pretty much. Dude, pot calling the kettle black. You are the internet rabbi. You got the most clout of all the rabbis. Matan, yeah, he's hilarious. Gavin's in that interview. Is that out yet, Amalek? What's up, Carlin? Carlin's here. World famous communist exposer.
And the same thing. That's a lot of this guy has even more Jews listening to him because he himself Jewish, even though he denies his identity. You understand? So that's probably going to come up next week.
Oh, I can't wait. We're going to watch that. That'll be great. Gavin's there. Oh, he's gonna get rocked. Mizrachi is gonna manhandle Gavin. It's gonna be pathetic. Can already see it coming. All right. Let's see it, dude. Which Poseidon merman thumbnail do you guys like more? That one or that one? A or B? Dude, the necklace with the Triskel, the Viking symbol goes hard. Dude, merman maxing, Poseidon maxing. This was inspired. Somebody made it. And then I was riffing and joking about some fantasy of being a merman. And they made this for me. And I'm like, oh, there's a new thumbnail. Add it to the intro. There's a new thumbnail. I like that one more. Dude, I got total Poseidon physiognomy. Get real. I know what I'm dressing up for Halloween. We was Atlantis. Dude, the prompt I used, I said background city looks like Atlantis. That's what I said. With a big temple. Yeah, dude. We was Atlanteans. Hyperborean Nordic ancestry right there. Aryan Atlantis, yeah. Okay, hold on. Let's see. All right. Candace Owens in her new theory now. The Rode mic that Carlin helped buy for me, by the way. Carlin's in the chat. Remember, she donated $100 when I was talking about buying my Rode wireless mic, which I've got to some good use, very good use so far. They say that Charlie was wearing one of these on the inside with the magnet on the outside of his shirt. And that it detonated and I guess went through his body and out his neck is what Stu Peters says, I think. Or they think that it just like scraped it or something. I don't know. We're going to have to watch. But apparently now they're saying that there's some video and there's some glass or something in the corner of the van where Charlie was in. And that is supposedly this little Rode microphone blown up. Somehow it blew up in his shirt and didn't fall out and didn't explode everywhere and into him. It just fell out all in a pile in the van, and that's proof that Israel killed him and not the shooter. That's my idea of the theory. Let's hear Candace explain it.
Across the event, these are the worst people.
What if it just blew?
Many of them. Across the events, the many events Charlie had put on stage and given a spotlight by Charlie Kirk. And they are now full-time trying to convince you that you shouldn't believe your own eyes and you should trust the feds.
Fed slop. Believe me or you're fed slop. Believe every kooky thing retard Candace comes up with or you're fed slop. Okay, dude. All right. We don't know, but we know. Candace is like a chess master. She doesn't know how to play chess, but she's like a chess master, okay? So true, Queen.
I know vengeance does not belong to me, but I have to tell you, it is really hard for me to curb the frustration, the anger, the disappointment, and equal parts rage that I feel toward those people.
Oh, that you feel, right, yeah. I
Here it
wonder
is.
how Erica feels towards
Any
her.
questions about whether that's tempered glass? Now, you can say... You can't necessarily, we all agree it's glass, but it's definitely definitively not the car glass. But
I don't know that it's glass. It could be plastic. It could be a lot of things. If the thing blew up, how would it have all stayed in a little small spot and then like fell out of his shirt after they ran him to the van? Does that make any sense?
You could say, okay, let's arrive at this point. We'll say, I agree. Charlie's Rode microphone.
Yeah, she didn't know that thunder was the sound of lightning. And that's right, Day Walker Jones. And mispronounces like so many common words. It's just like astonishing.
Shout out on the car, but it doesn't mean that it was rigged. Let's play devil's advocate. Doesn't mean that it was rigged. Okay. So tell us how it was broken in the car. You go be the conspiracy theorist, because that's what you're going to have to do. Your stories are going to have to get dumber and dumber. And while you're at it, could you also tell us why it is that...
Dude, come on. There's so much evidence. There's video where the guy takes the shot and they all turn and look in the direction in the back where the shot came from.
despite telling what happened in that car many times. Oh,
they got the shooter's DNA on the gun turned in by the family. Like, they got him 7 ways from Sunday. They haven't even had the trial. They're going to have a trial. The trial hasn't even happened yet with all the evidence, and then the stuff gets released after the trial, and they're already all accusing all of Charlie's best friends and his wife and everybody. And they're a bunch of retards that never talked about Israel or Jews until 3 years ago.
They are so obsessed with Charlie all the time. I feel sorry for his kids who will live with. I don't consider Charlie a real American, and never will Christians just occupy the land.
I never liked Charlie because he was such a Zionist shill and Christian shill. I mean, he got some slightly better takes towards the end, but that's probably just because he's scared about losing his market share. Because where the wind was blowing.
Kids were on the back seat. They heard everything. Frank's praying. We're speeding. We're weaving through traffic. I'm just packing that wound. Nobody mentioned this?
Nobody mentioned what? Nobody mentioned that the glass from his exploded microphone was all over the inside and fell out of his shirt? Is that what she's getting at? Oh, Adam doesn't believes the Fed slop. He doesn't want to ask any questions. I'm hearing your questions, and it just seems like mental illness. And how many times have you guys been wrong? These people been wrong about other things. All right. Now, look, this guy blocked me, by the way. This guy he's a Russia shill, just like Candace is. TBV Sean. Look, this has 15,000. He's so botted and liked by low IQ bot farms in Goyim. So he's always doing the kookiest conspiracy stuff. Let's see a little bit of this.
Erica Kirk is finished.
15,000 likes. I don't know how he's not been sued yet.
Erica Kirk is finished. After months of whispers, the proof just dropped. And it's nuclear. Iranian hackers just destroyed the FedStop narrative.
Yeah, I think it is. It's all the pro-Russia sphere that's pushing this conspiracy. We should have focused on cracking down on the left and the Democrats after this, and instead it's just like making a total distraction and taking the conspiracy anti-Jewish sentiment into Schizoville. Half the people promoting this, who watches this guy, I don't know, the biggest retards ever. He's got a huge following and does crazy numbers. Who watches me? He does like 1,000 times my engagement, Carlin.
Exposed Erica Kirk. Charlie's grieving widow was a trained Mossad operative the entire time. She didn't just know her husband was going to die, she was tasked with orchestrating it, using the Mossad's favorite technique, an exploding personal device.
Yeah, this guy's gay too. He's gay. I saw that.
We've seen them use pagers, cell phones, and children's toys. And now, a Rode Wireless Pro mic. And now, for the first time, we have the documents and the video evidence they tried to delete that prove Erica's role in the assassination of her own husband. And it doesn't end there. The entire operation is falling apart before our eyes. Crisis actors, compromised officials, and a complicit media that had foreknowledge. This is the crime of the century, and the mask is off. Before we dive in, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and join the People's Voice Locals community to join our incredible community, support the channel, and gain access to exclusive and uncensored content. This is an urgent broadcast. We don't have time to waste. The clock is ticking. Right now, Erica Kirk is pushing for a speedy trial in Utah, a fast-track trial that could strip a man of his constitutional right to a full defense. When you see the evidence we've got lined up for you tonight, the leaks, the contradictions, the foreknowledge, you'll understand why Erica is desperate to wrap up the case in her favor without scrutiny. The truth is, the feds have a massive problem. A whole series of massive problems. And people are starting to notice. Charlie Kirk was assassinated on a giant menorah at a college known for deep state intelligence operations tied to Israel. Days after announcing he had no choice but to leave the pro-Israel cause. Then there's the fact that Tyler Robinson was in custody and Mirandized by 6:25 p.m. on September the 11th. While the now infamous Discord messages were published.
I love how it's just like
we don't have time to this started Discord
shape of auditorium.
Went off.
Now, what are they called?
To leave the pro.
What is this called in like the opera and like the ancient world? What do they call this? The shape around the stage on the front? Not an auditorium. It's called something.
Israel cause. Then there's the fact that Tyler Robinson was in custody and Mirandized by 6:25 p.m. on September the 11th. While the now infamous Discord messages were published between 7:57.
Amphitheater, right? Amphitheater.
Debate, hide God on Alex Jones.
I know. Yeah. Thanks for rubbing it in before me. At least there was some Christian question talk for the first time on InfoWars ever. When's my next debate? I don't know. No, everybody's scared to debate me. Nobody with any clout wants to take a big L and get embarrassed and debate me.
And 8:57 p.m.
All they do
on
is
that
try to
same
ignore
evening.
and
Who the hell was
slander
writing
and
Tyler
poke.
Robinson's Discord messages roughly 90 minutes to 2 hours after he was in custody? Then there are the crisis actors, who were recruited and trained before the event, and who had to urgently update their scripts when the assassination went off script. One witness, Sarah Toole, first told Fox speciality. This isn't speculation or rumor, it's confirmed. But
Thank you,
it gets
dude.
even
I want to debate. I'm ready to do some debates.
worse for the compromised elites.
You don't see any
because the
debunking
documents
or any
expose
debates.
incriminating details about
I
the
already
Kirk
beat 'em all.
assassination. The plan.
This guy's so I
Image
hate.
two of the mic. There you go.
Here it is.
Refuses to disappear the distinctive features of
when they were
circling the crime scene. They paved over everything within days, but they couldn't bury this story.
What do you know? Here are the images that they attached from our hour earlier show when they were circling what they thought could be some white on them, which would be like the Rode microphone. Of course, it does say Rode on it in white. Do we have that Rode image too of the mic? There you go. So this is what they're looking for. They're going, actually, there's writing on that. So if it was all over him, you're going to get pieces that have white on it. And so we enhance the images. And I am further compelled that this person is correct. I will show you this, particularly because I thought you could say, oh, maybe that's a sun glint here and there. Not on that piece on the right-hand corner. That is white on there, and on some other pieces. We can go closer here. So that this person
I don't know why it's
see it even
repeating.
better.
Dude, imagine looking at that and saying, "Oh, that for sure is the Rode mic." I have the Pro. It doesn't have the same white, but imagine seeing that little thing and going, "Oh, that's definitely the words from the thing." All of the random pieces of little broken something, you can see the little white, so you know it's that. As if there couldn't be a little white or a different texture on anything else that shattered. It's got to be that. You're telling me this thing blew up and it's still all these pieces? If it blew up there would be a hole in the shirt probably too. And his skin would be full on the chest. It would be full of glass pieces, and there's none of that.
White. This is not someone's sunglasses that we are looking at.
Dude,
I can show you
Detective
more enhanced
Candace.
photos here, particularly that one in the right corner is just so obviously a piece of a shard.
Dude, you're telling me that the white there, and there is all part of lettering? Looks like it's just like lit up from a light source, like the flash or something reflected it in those spots. Yeah, he was shot. This is straight schizo. This is where we're at now, blowing up lapel mics.
Of something, and I believe this is Charlie's Rode microphone. This person was on the money. There is white. There's predictable white, of course, on the edges. That sort of happens when you shatter glass in general. But I also wanted to show you guys these, hyper-focused pieces so that you could see that this person is definitively onto something.
It's a well-known Mossad assassination technique, but the sacrifice more American.
From there, we with the United States government on Fort Huachuca.
According to Iran, there's one little.
They're still doing the Fort Huachuca bullshit?
What is this Israeli corporation contracting with the United States government actually working on? Shape charge explosives. kind of like Accurate Energetic Systems in McAllen, Tennessee. At least they used to be in McAllen, Tennessee, until their facility exploded, killed all the employees that were working that day, and attracted the attention of Pete Hegseth, who diverted his flight from none other than Fort Huachuca to Washington, D.C. to fly low and slow.
Being called out.
My God. What are we talking about?
God wanted him to keep his phone on today. We've seen enough of Erica's painfully scripted speeches to know.
All right. Candace Owens. So this is Charlie's pastor, I think. Let's hear what he says. This was a
mouth. Candace, I got to bring this up because I know that it's just, to me, the enemy is working through this woman's mouth. Candace Owens, just on her show last night, brought you up again and tries to paint you again as somebody that had something to do with, knowledge of, or was even a part of the killing of Charlie Kirk. What do you think is driving her to share this kind of madness like that?
Well, as I just said, David.
So Candace lies about people. They sue her. She tells her audience, she goes, oh, I can't wait for this lawsuit and discovery, and I'm going to expose them, and I'm going to win. And then quietly behind the scenes in court, she begs the judge to dismiss the case. She's a liar.
We had a murder, which is what Satan will do. And since the murder, right after the memorial service, what have we had out of Candace Owens? Slander, accusations, and lies seeking to steal, kill, and destroy. She wants to burn down Erica Kirk. She wants to burn down TPUSA. She's going after people that love Charlie. She calls herself a friend of Charlie. How is it love that you're going after, first of all, his widow, and secondly, all the people around him who were mentoring him and serving him, trying to make him better than he already was? How does that make any sense?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. If you could say one thing to Candace, what would you say?
I would say repent. We're praying for you, Candace. You should follow the truth, not slander, not accusations, not lies. You know, she has a war on reality, really. Part of the war on reality relies on slander, accusations, and lies seeking to steal, kill, and destroy. And so I pray for Candace. I think she's a wonderful talent if she would direct her talents in the right direction toward the Lord and not away from the Lord. Because as you know, in the Old Testament in particular, it says that if you come after a widow or the fatherless, God says, I will hunt you down with the sword and kill you. It also says in Deuteronomy 19 that if you falsely accuse someone of a crime, and you're found out, you get the penalty of the crime. So if you falsely accuse someone of murder, you're the one that gets executed.
Wow. Oh, that's what they're saying. Oh, he called to execute her. Look, her little minion, Ian Carroll, the pizza delivery boy that blew up on TikTok like last year. I'm sorry, anyone that supports this is pure evil. And then he says, anyone that supports what Erica Kirk did is pure evil. So, Ian, you're saying that Erica Kirk killed her husband? 12,000 likes. You're on the record now saying Erica killed her husband. I hope she sues him too.
As she thought she had it made. I think the happiest we ever saw Erica was when she walked out to that stadium on September 21st, and the whole world was with her. Because she thought she had it made. She's been struggling to come up for air since, and I want to be very clear.
She thought she had it made at her husband's funeral? How is she made now? You act like, oh, once her husband dies, she's going to take over and she'll be so made. She'll be president. Like, you think you're so made now and you're some famous detective, like truth seeker. You're the lying evil grifter.
Come up for air since, and I want to be very clear. It is the most important thing to me that no harm comes to Erica. The most important thing. The message, investigating this, she's getting death threats. No, let's be very clear on my intention in this investigation.
Yeah, she was super rich. Like, so her high IQ move for Erica is to take out her like possible presidential husband. She could have been the first lady with a President Kirk, and she decided to take him out because she wanted to be wear the pants in the relationship. She wanted to kill the father of her children so she could be the one. Like, is that the theory?
I want Erica to outlive everyone.
Like she married some like hot shot player.
Erica Franzfey. Death is easy, actually. Death is easy.
Yeah, jealous ex mentality.
Living a long life when everybody knows who and what you are and what you are a part of and what you did.
What did she do and is a part of? Look at her. I hate her. I hate Candace so much. Anybody that thinks Candace is at all smart or good, I want nothing to do with you. I cannot stand Candace. Never have.
Long live Erica Franzfey.
Dude, she is psycho bitch. Psycho ex-girlfriend. Mean girl status. Did you say the way she said that? And she's using her maiden name, taking away her marriage to Charlie. Did anybody supporting this? I think you are scum, totally retarded or scum. Let me get that clear.
Long live Erica Franzfey.
I hate her faces so much.
We're going to take a quick break because this is not meant.
And then Ian Carroll says, anyone that supports what Erica did is pure evil. I think you guys are all pure
I think the happy.
What I miss the most, nights, but it's interesting. What I miss the most, what really just hits me hard is when I'm in the grocery store and I see.
Yeah, what happened to the Egyptian planes? She was completely wrong about the Egyptian planes. She lied about the content of the letter from Charlie Kirk to Netanyahu. She was wrong about the retreat where they supposedly threatened him and all this shit. No, he organized it with the Jewish billionaire to stop anti-Semitism. She was wrong about the Fort Huachuca guy seeing her and, oh, I know those blue eyes anywhere bullshit. She's been wrong about everything. She lies and moves on like nothing happened, and everybody goes along with it and comes up the new conspiracy du jour. Now we've reached blowing up microphone theories.
It's hot sauce. I want to buy it. Or it's the little things, his clothes everywhere.
They go, oh, she smiled. Oh, she wore leather pants. Oh, she did this. Like the dumbest things.
It's the little things. And I know that people who have experienced loss totally understand what I'm saying. It's the small things that just get you. It's the visual of, Daddy coming home, and to the world he was Charlie Kirk, but to us he was my love of my life.
Oh, she's faking. Oh, there's no tears. She's faking. So oh, why she got so much jewelry on, huh? That's pretty This is what they do. Oh, a lot of rings there. Oh, she's got lots of rings. Oh, she's crying. Oh, this is so scripted. And then she doesn't cry. She has a brief smile, and they go, oh, look, she smiled. She's totally happy.
Understandable. Excuse me, but it's those little things where, again.
And I know doing this and calling all these people out and debunking all this bullshit makes me a target by all the retard mob of low IQ schizos. I don't care. You're trash anyway.
He would walk through the door, drop his bags, Daddy's home, take his phone. Friday
maroon
night,
shirts. Yeah, remember the maroon shirts?
Shabbat Shalom, throw it in the junk drawer, and it was just all up.
Oh, all the lies about the book. They're like, Charlie didn't write that book. They're like, oh, he dies, and then now she promotes his book. He didn't write that. He talked about his Keep the Sabbath book many times before he died, and said he was done with it. Ep didn't says she's not crying. Stop it, dude. You're just a scumbag.
And that's what I always wanted to make so special for him, was coming home.
I'd
always say, baby, I don't care what time you get home. Home is here for you.
See the tear? See that? I just saw the tear actually gush out the second you did that. See that? That's a tear. All right? Ep didn't. So unless either you think she's an actress that deserves an Academy Award, which I don't think so. She's obviously pretty awkward. She's not crying. Well, then why do I see a big tear bursting out of her eye right there?
Food will never be cold. It might sit out for a little bit, but I'll reheat it. It's fine. And I just want to encourage spouses, don't get mad. It's so easy. Don't do it.
Look at this. 7,000 likes. They go 6 days after the look of a pure psychopath. You know, it looks like somebody that's just gone through a hell of a week and has been crying all the time and had a brief moment of a smile.
Anonymous sent $5 Shabbat
Yeah.
Shalom. Daddy's home.
Dude, you think that's made up? He wrote a book about the Sabbath. He's a Christian cuck that loves Jews and loves the Bible. You don't think he would say some stupid Sabbath
Freeze
shit?
your time sent $0 on the fact that you'll take a principled stance even if it costs you as a credit to you. High IQ critiques and big.
So this was her in a Zoom call.
Zionist who can't ban me sent $0 on it.
Candace's
Don't think you get it.
intuition.
Black women just have intuition that men can't.
Yeah, so they freeze frame like a moment of sadness. And you know, it is a thing. Look, Lionel, this total retard. Look at this idiot's face. Oh, my eyebrows. Oh, my glasses and my eyebrows. Always on RT, another big Russia shill, by the way, too. Sitting down with Candace. Just what kind of like, I don't know, what is he, 60-year-old man that's just tweeting all day images of Erica. He says, I know what you're thinking. Oh, what are you thinking? Like, you are a scumbag. You are an idiot. Go ahead, explain how we have this all wrong. Oh, so she smiled. I guess she killed him because she smiled on a Zoom call. Charlie came to Candace and look at this. Smiling or laughing during grief is completely normal. It does not mean you are not sad. Your brain uses these moments as a natural way to cope, heal, and take a short break from deep pain. This was Candace, by the way, 2 days after Charlie died. Look at all these smiles.
And I want you guys to know.
Oops.
And I want you guys to know that could not be further from the truth. Charlie and me were always laughing. Yes, he was ambitious. Everybody knows Charlie is ambitious. I met him back in 2017 when Turning Point was this very young organization. Nobody knew who I was. Nobody knew who Charlie Kirk was. And Charlie was always wearing these really baggy suits. I mean, they looked like they were hand-me-downs from 3 generations because he was...
debunking dumb shit when there hasn't even been a trial yet. And you know, just like in the Metcalf Carmelo Anthony case, after the trial, they all the videos came out.
Focused on the ideas. He didn't care about his appearance. He was laser focused on what he knew Turning Point could become. Not could become, but would become. He hired me on the spot. We were at this conference.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Back up. 2 days after? Is that a smile? Did she smile? I guess she must have killed him because she smiled. That's what they're doing to her. That's how stupid this is. This is her immediately conditioning her audience after Charlie's death to ignore common sense, logic, reason, and evidence and trust only her. Let's see.
Like, since when? Yeah, you got to be just insane to trust the authorities. As soon as somebody says, we're just trusting the authorities, suspect, on the list. What do you mean we're trusting the feds? Like, since when are we doing that? And trusting the feds. Don't question anything. I don't really trust these feds, right? I'm like, no, we don't trust the feds. And since when do we trust the feds? Trust us, we're the feds, bro. We don't trust the feds. I don't trust anybody. I don't trust anything right now. Okay, I trust absolutely nothing. Mia writes, we need truth, and I trust only you right now. Thank you. Aravik writes, you're the only voice I fully trust. Trust me. Trust me. Rose writes, no matter what videos I've seen from people on the left or right calling you crazy, I call it fake and gay. You have my full support. Truth is all that matters, and Christ is king. Yeah, here is the thing.
Oh, yeah, she says shit like God, she's speaking for God. God's working through her. She goes, it's a God thing. It's a God thing.
People know truth when they hear it, okay? You know truth when you see it. Charlie's neck indeed did stop the bullet. Without question, okay? And this is going to dispel a lot of theories that are out there. And I'm telling you this 100%. Charlie Kirk was shot from the front, and the bullet did not exit.
And now she's convinced because of a couple shards of something with a little reflection of light that the lapel mic blew up and Erica did it.
Is making sense.
Yeah, Carlin, she's taking like good advice of not trusting everything authorities say to justify blaming Erica that she did it. The huge gap between those two things. Okay, I don't trust the feds. Let's see if they show us good evidence. Okay, let's see your evidence. That's how I am.
Have a video of Erica jumping off a roof after Charlie's.
Yeah.
At all. It has not made sense from the very beginning, okay? And that's because the feds are involved. I'm grateful that you guys trust me to be your voice. They didn't recover a bullet from a 30-06. Just didn't happen. He was shot.
What do you mean they didn't recover a bullet? They did. It was scraps. It was broken into pieces. It broke up when it hit and went inside of him. They do.
A completely different kind of gun, obviously. We can only trust the feds. Tell us what happened. Yeah, right. We can't trust them at all. I only have a platform because I keep telling the truth. You know, if I had lied, I wouldn't have earned your trust. There's old footage.
Yeah, you're so on the truth. They'll take out Charlie, but they won't take out you, exposing the whole thing, bringing down the whole conspiracy. Like, it's not about you trust the feds or Candace is truth. You see what evidence both sides have. That's what you should do.
Of Tyler Robinson that is
Don't
now
say
circulating
trust the feds is grooming.
From a car accident that he had. Tyler certainly refers to it as his car, not his vehicle.
That's another thing she was wrong about. She goes, it's really weird. A Fed must have wrote that text message. A young guy like that doesn't use the word vehicle. That's cop talk. Only cops say vehicle. And then there's a body cam footage of the dude getting pulled over by a cop, and he says vehicle. He uses the word vehicle there in the recording. So she's wrong again. Yeah, I think it's definitely boosted by Russian psyops.
And as I get into the intersection, there was a vehicle in the lane.
There it is. There's the clip, vehicle. She said that. Everybody was saying that. JF, yeah, we're going to play the JF. I have the JF clip of him talking about
So I say just be transparent. I don't trust people.
Layla, stop repeating you're trusting the Fed slop, you're trusting the government, okay? They got the guy. He's in court. He's not screaming, I didn't do it, I'm a patsy, okay? We got him on the video footage, all right? We saw the dude running on the roof, all right? He got turned in by his parents. They got the weapon. There's DNA on the weapon. Like, all of the evidence... There's way more evidence that Tyler Robinson did it than an exploding lapel mic or Fort Huachuca or Egyptian planes or any of the numerous stupid and proven wrong things she's been promoting.
I don't just release and speak about everything. There's a lot more information that I wish I could share. There is, of course, a specific reason why I'm asking for that.
She's been saying, I'm so close. I saw a compilation. Every show, she goes, we're so close. It's all going to, this thing is going to break the whole thing open. You just see, she's like a cult leader.
If you're going to be transparent, be transparent. I think you should let me see that because people trust me. I'm not going to publish it. I just want to see it. I'm not going to publish the footage, but I want to see it with my own two eyes. So
Erica literally met with her. They challenged her to debate, and she refused to go and debate the TPUSA people. And then Erica met with her in private, and then she's still doing all of this. She is the most psycho bitch I've ever seen. And everybody, all the weird, cruel, schizo people enabling her and supporting her, I think are absolute bottom of the barrel scum. Honestly, I really do. That's how I feel.
I can stand on this platform, so I can sit here on this platform and I can say to the world, no funny business happened. Truly, we can all go home. It was Tyler Robinson, and he acted alone. And I think the world would trust me. I think the world will trust me.
And she loves all of this. She loves it.
So the list of things that are suddenly beginning to make a whole lot of sense when you consider the increasingly plausible scenario that it was indeed Charlie's.
Yeah, Layla, the whole thing's maybe he's not even dead. Did you not see the footage from like 10 different camera angles of him hearing the pop, him going like this? Dude, we have the slow-mo footage of the back of his neck and his head like exploding from the bullet going in there and messing everything up. You think the blood that squirted out of his neck after we heard the shot and he fell down, and the slow-mo from all the different angles of his back like contorting and exploding outwards, you think that's all fake and he might be alive? No, Nate Live. Not only is she not censored, she's like one of the most viral on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, and is still monetized on YouTube. All right. Hey, Layla. Layla says we can't trust the government, not after warp speed. It really is COVID that just broke so many normies' brains. Hey, Layla, yeah, we can't trust the government. You know who else you can't trust? Conspiracy influencers and clout chasers and Candace Owens. Can you trust Candace Owens and Stu Peters? All of the government and all these different agencies and all of Charlie's best friends and his wife, or Stu Peters and Lionel and Owen Benjamin and Candace Owens. I wonder which side is more likely telling the truth about this. I wonder who it could be.
Road mic, which was rigged to kill him, is growing. The list is growing. Now, I had asked a question last week, and gratefully someone pointed out to me that Baron Coleman had already furnished the answer to it, as well as other people, a long time ago, actually, in his early days of covering the case. I just wasn't following Baron back then. And also, I maintain that I was in a real state of shock and grief, and I was not processing information as usual. There was so much coming in, so many questions, so many things for me to respond to, recognizing that I was suddenly going to be at war with Turning Point USA on top of my grief. Okay, so the list
I'm not sure why anybody clipped that up. What a stupid clip. Look at. No, Adam, you're just paranoid. Russia. Oh, I forgot. RT's boosting her new interview with Sean Ryan.
He lied. We got played. I mean, there's no other way to say it. It's kind of shocking the ways that he lied. And so you have to then go, why? Trump desperately, by any means necessary, wanted to win again. And his entire life's mission then transformed into, I will do anything to win again, including making a deal with the devil. You don't take $300 million from people who run Vegas.
Hey, Candace, remember when you were in Jerusalem clapping about the opening of the embassy and you shilled Trump his whole first term? Remember all that? He was taking Jewish money and doing everything for Israel back then, too. And where were you? While I was exposing that every day, you were working for Dennis Prager and PragerU and Daily Wire. So, I wonder who has the better track record and who has the more credibility and who has more likely knows what they're talking about. Me or Candace? I wonder. And no, Trump has been a Zionist for decades. It wasn't just because he wanted to get back in office. This cope that only in this term he's turned Zionist or something.
Vegas and tell them no.
John Mappin, isn't this her big backer?
I mean, there's no other way to say it.
A Mormon or Scientologist? Scientologist, I think, is what it is. Who is Candace? Let her tell you in her own words.
Unfair. Like the parents that I had, it was. I felt like the world owed me something because so much of my life seemed unfair. Like the parents that I had, it was unfair. The money that I didn't have, that was unfair. I had an education system that was telling me it was because the world is fundamentally unfair. And the system of,
She sued her school for racism. She sued her landlord for supposed mold that made her sick because she didn't pay her rent.
capitalism in America and white Republicans is making it unfair. And I just had a chip on my shoulder through much of my life. And,
does.
I found liberalism as to be a home for that, because liberal perspective sort of welcomes the idea that we shouldn't have to be responsible because the world is just corrupt and backwards. So why should we have to be decent people? It sort of allows you to absolve all responsibility, all self-responsibility.
Yeah, I love how she's accusing Charlie and Erica like being a fake marriage or something when she married her Lord super sus husband, Farmer, after knowing him for like a brief amount of time. She's in no place.
I mean, I wasn't like, I was, partying, but not more than anybody else was. I was a bad person. I don't know how to say it. I just was a really bad person, a person that I'm not proud of. And I didn't treat people well. I wasn't true to my word. And I was mean. And that meanness came from an anger, a deep-seated anger.
See, and that is still what's going on. She probably loved Charlie. I really do think this is true. She loved Charlie, and Candace swooped in, and she frame-mogged her at Candace's wedding. Charlie chose the cheerleader, the blonde cheerleader, beauty pageant girl, over Candace. And I think that really is. And then maybe Charlie slighted her or something, and that's what all of this is about. And now she's exploiting this opportunity to benefit herself and her views and her attention. Here's the trailer for the new interview. Dude, these podcasters just all, and it's the same few kooks. Like, how many times have I mentioned, like, the name of bad actors, controlled slopposition people, like Candace and Sean Ryan and Alex Jones and Joe Rogan? Now she's on with Sean Ryan. 6-minute official trailer for the interview. Sean Ryan's the former sus, like, was he a Navy SEAL or Green Beret that was in trouble for drug running and some sketchy stuff. But first, let's hear a little bit from JFG about the neck stopping the bullet.
You discussing 30-06. Do you have any problems with that theory?
Yeah, I have a problem with the conspiracy theorist. The idea that 30-06 bounces on skin, absolutely it can. I've read several witnesses with testimonies from hunters who are constantly caught with 30-06 piercing the skin at the entry, but bouncing on the skin behind. Because people have to realize in the dynamics of a bullet,
you can see in the video something bouncing out of the back of his head. That bullet went in the neck, broke up, ricocheted all over, caused havoc, and you can see his back and his head
Garrett
literally
sent
like
$5
blowing
wrong.
outward,
Candace
but it
is
doesn't
wrong.
break through.
And all the real conspiracy theorists know it was a hologram, and the camera they took down immediately after was a holographic.
No, dude, it was the palm gun. He did the palm gun. No, it was the trap door popped up and they shot him. No, it was the drone flying over the guy on the roof that was just like a fake.
Piercing the skin at entry is easier because the bullet is designed to fly through wind and to remain in its piercing orientation as long as it's in air. But once it's in biological tissue, the bullet tumbles. And so when the bullet arrives at the back of the neck of Charlie Kirk,
it's not going straight through. It started to tumble and break up. It hits the skin in the front at an angle, hits a bone or a vertebrae or a muscle. All it takes is a little bit of it to turn, and then it's the whole bullet hitting sideways on the back of his head. Simple as that.
It is not with the piercing point in front. It is potentially lateral and potentially with the back. So
DaVinci
it's
now
very...
sent $20. There is a concept in psychology called Mormonism. Is incredible. I grew up in most people either go all in on the religion or go to another. Utah has a high suicide. I'm not surprised Tyler did.
Sorry, I missed that. I was looking at this spurg in the chat that said, Go shoot at 30-06 and shut the fuck up. Dude, plenty of gun experts have explained how it's not impossible that it gets stuck inside the body. You realize that, right? I remember like day 1 or 2 when it happened, I was asking ChatGPT, hey, can this 30-06, does it always go through, or does it get stuck inside the body with hunting and stuff? I've also heard Martin Luther King was shot with a 30-06 and it didn't have an exit wound also.
Hard to actually do.
So also your theory is that they're claiming it was shot with a 30-06 and then they put the gun there, but that's not actually what they did. They didn't get the right gun. They didn't plant the right gun to match up, and all you internet sleuths are just seeing right through it. Come on. Thank you, Otto Vons. It's not impossible. Right. It's likely it can go through, but it's also possible that it doesn't go through.
An exit wound give in a repeatable fashion because of the tumbling, which adds a lot of randomness to the action, and which makes it so that sometimes there's an exit wound, sometimes there's not. It's not.
And the bullet, depending on the type of round that it was, there's different ones that are designed to like smush up or break up. It was so broken up, they weren't even able to for sure positively identify it to the gun. And then all the conspiracy people lied about that. And they go, oh, it's the different bullet. No, the first examination said they couldn't for sure say it was from there. But I think they even did another one. They sent it to another expert and they did confirm it, I'm pretty sure. MLK was another psyop with an exploding mic. They got the wrong gun again. You'd think that they would just, with whatever gun they use, plant that gun, right? That would make sense. Dude, Layla, if you post about the Smith-Munt Modernization Act one more time, like, is that you heard that theory and now you think everything is scripted and fake and everything's CGI and everybody's an actor? Nothing real ever happens. Everything's theater, Layla. Nothing's real. I could be in a cubicle at the CIA right now. I could be an actor, Layla. You don't know anything, Layla. You don't know if you're even real, Layla. Come on. Oh, dude, no, it wasn't 10 different angles and a bunch of people witnessed it live. We all saw his neck explode on live on the internet everywhere. No, that's fake. You think that's fake, Layla? I think you should just like put the wine down and go to bed. It's a little late for you, Layla.
Particularly surprising that there was no exit wound. And in fact, I've analyzed the waves of the body of Charlie Kirk, and I conclude that, yes, not only does he get hit in the neck from the front, but the bouncing of the bullet in the back of his neck is visible as a wave that travels through his skin in the back.
Exactly. You can see it push out his head and his upper back. That's the bullet going in. Dude, what if Charlie Kirk never even existed? Hey, Layla, have you ever watched Candace Owens on weed? Hey, is Layla a Candace wine sleuth? One of your wine mom conspiracy that loves their conspiratainment drama? We all saw it on TV. Yeah, there was like hundreds of people in the crowd and they all had cell phones, Layla. It wasn't on TV. I saw JFG arguing with Ian Carroll too. Ian Carroll's a pussy and he knows this is retarded and he would not debate this. He's just getting dunked on left and right. Ian Carroll, Candace, these people are such newbie idiots, I swear. I don't know who this Matt Tardio guy is. Funny name, though, Tardio. Like retard. All right, Tard. Let's see what he says, though. Hold on. 50 seconds. Starting Candace, Tucker, and Ian Carroll. Let's hear what he says. 3,000
was in there.
I never heard of this guy before. I don't even know if he's pro or anti, to be honest, but this was on my feed, and we're watching it now.
Welcome to the first episode of Crapping on
Of course,
Candace. Yes,
of course, Layla. Candace is an op too. Everybody's an op. I think you're an op. Maybe you're a Russian bot.
9 Macrometer sent $5. Have you ever watched TV on Francia?
You mean like the last name of Erica Kirk?
Welcome to the first episode of Crapping on Candace. Yes, you heard that right. Crapping on Candace Owens. For those of you guys that don't know who I am, I've been in the podcasting business for about 3 years now. My name's Matt Tardio. I also happen to be a former Green Beret, and my specialty while I was in there was an 18 Charlie. I was an explosives expert.
Moose sent $10. JF knows a thing or two about that's for.
That is true. Yeah, he's an expert on murder cases, apparently. Just a joke. He thinks I'm Antifa. Who thinks you're Antifa? This guy? Tardo? Franzia is box wine. Oh, I that's also the name of Charlie's wife's Erica's maiden name. Is like Francia or something. Sorry, I was way off. Green Beret, confirmed fed. Oh, Andrew Wilson, the Crucible debater guy, is like calling out all the Erica Charlie conspiracy theorists, the Charlie Kirk truthers. He's calling them all out for debate too. They're like, don't debate him.
That little explosion you see on the door is a breaching charge that I made going in.
I got you, Otto. Sorry, I misread your comment. No worries.
To an ISIS compound overseas. Yes, that's right. Me. I personally took it, made that sucker up, and slapped it on the fucking door in order to get the job done. I am not a nobody that knows literally nothing about explosives. I'm quite the opposite. And that is why when I heard Ian Carroll and Candace Owens and everybody else in the grifting world going out, spitting this ridiculous conspiracy theory again about the
Matt Retardio thinks you're Antifa, Carlin. Well, he's only been in the podcast game for 3 years, okay? He's a newbie.
Phone exploding on Charlie Kirk's chest. Well,
your undercover disguises just work too well. You just blend right in. We just see you and think I'm automatically Antifa. All right? It's a blessing and a curse.
Had to weigh in. And to be quite frank, I've got a lot more to say about it as well.
Oh my God. Worst clip ever. I'm never watching you again, Retardio. How did this have 3,000 likes? What the hell? He's like, oh, I'm the Green Beret and I'm going to call out Candace. And people are like, oh, that's so awesome, dude. Bradley Cooper fell off. That's funny, yeah. Sorry. I thought I was going to like what this guy said. And... All right. This is fun. This tactical guy has been doing a lot of the arguing with the Charlie Kirk truthers, too. This is Charlie Kirk's reaction to Trump bombing Iran in 2025. Sounds like it could have been recorded today.
Speaks, you should absolutely listen. President Donald Trump in November of 2011 said, quote, Iran's quest for nuclear weapons is a major threat.
I've been saying this all along, too. I bet you he would have just got the talking points and made excuses and backed the war and back whatever Trump did.
To our nation's national security interests. We can't allow Iran to go nuclear, period.
Thor's now sent $0 on the Franzia is what I hit on the
weeknights. What do you hit on the weekends? Box wine? I've never done box wine.
The tweet that I sent that has gone very viral, I'm going to read for you right on air. And it's very simple. Here is my tweet.
It said, when Trump speaks, you listen. Look, Iran gave President Trump no choice.
Iran gave President Trump.
I'm not so confident he would have been anti-Iran. It's like Israel had to kill him, otherwise we wouldn't be able to bomb Iran. Yeah, right. Charlie's too powerful. We can't if Charlie says no, we can't do it. Yeah, right. Let's hear a bit of the Sean Ryan trailer with Candace.
First thing I thought,
this is going to be straight coal. Sean Ryan is a complete moron, if not just a useful idiot fed. He's the one that does all the demon, every kooky conspiracy, angel orbs, Nephilim, Anunnaki, fallen angels, every show. That's what he's doing. Moonshine? Boxed moonshine? Oh my God, Layla, I told you, no more of the copy and pasting Smith Modernization Act. We know. Yeah, we were on the internet 10 years ago. We remember hearing Alex Jones talk about that. Yeah, she's copy and pasting it. I already addressed that. So everything's a psyop. Yeah, you're Smith Munt, Layla.
Candace Owens, you're a political commentator, author, and independent journalist known for challenging mainstream narratives and tackling controversial issues. Over the past decade, you've become one of the most influential voices in all of media, building a massive audience through your commentary and investigative reporting.
And I have Candace Owens.
And algorithms and botting and being boosted by a bunch of Jewish organizations. And then she was just over in Russia, too, shilling so hard. And lying about the purpose of her trip, too. She's like, oh, we're going to go see the Christian sites. And it's like, you went to some big Russian conference.
Claiming I murdered my husband.
Today, through your independent platform, you continue to cover politics, culture, and current events while questioning official narratives and sparking national debate.
$10. I benefit from killing Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, you can almost make the case that Israel lost their greatest Shabbos Goy soldier.
Always try to approach things with just what do I observe?
Charlie was like the one holding back all of the anti-Israel crowd, and holding back. He was the gatekeeper trying to hold back and quell the groypers
With my own eyes. And when I brought myself to being able to watch the footage of Charlie dying, the first thing I thought was that he was shot from below. I watched the friction of his body, and I saw that his necklace broke before he was hit. I always thought that was so strange. I was like, somebody explain to me why if someone shot him from above, his necklace would break first and whip this way.
Because there's a shock wave. You get hit with a bullet, it's like somebody hitting you with hundreds of pounds of pressure. You got a little necklace on, oh my God. The idea of if I'm wearing a microphone with a little magnet and somebody punches me hard or pushes me hard, that thing's going to fly off. Same thing when you get shot with a large round with a bullet. Somebody explain to me. She just doesn't know even how that thunder comes from lightning. Can somebody explain to me what that noise is, that thunder noise?
Then he gets hit. What happened was we got exclusively the car photos, the car that transported Charlie to the hospital. When I saw the car pics, first thing I said was, oh, that's so weird. Well, why is there black glass on the floor?
Tyler Robinson is the name.
Maybe somebody was holding something and it broke. It seems like a pretty chaotic time.
Name that, according to multiple sources, is the suspect who is in custody.
Who is Tyler Robinson? What the fuck was he doing there?
I don't think Tyler Robinson was there. I feel confident stating that Tyler Robinson did not kill Charlie Kirk.
So who's the dude in all the photos and security cam and that we saw running on the roof then if it wasn't him? Dude, Layla, you already said, trust the government, Operation Warp Speed. You already said that 10 times.
Family works, and that's the most, what are we conserving at the end of the day is the question. And to me, it's traditional families. I think that's our best guard against the government. I'm a grown adult woman. I know what I'm saying. And Dave Rubin was messaging me, and it's just full-blown gaslighting. And I stood firm on it.
Nate Live is feasing. I know. She's the worst.
Was like, no, I know what I wrote. And I meant every word of it.
Friday morning, the Daily Wire CEO, Jeremy Boring, posted on X, quote, Daily Wire and Candace Owens have ended their relationship.
One thing I wasn't expecting to hear today is a thank you to the Daily Wire from Candace Owens.
I owe them so much.
I can't believe this shit.
She was literally made famous by Jewish organizations. Layla, stop saying we saw it on TV. We saw it from 10 different angles. Layla Decker turned Lucas Gage into a Philo-Semite. Yeah. All these idiot low IQ anti-Semites turned the most hardcore Lucas Gage into a against these people. These people are so dumb they got Lucas Gage supporting the Jews. Good job. Imagine what it does to the normies out there.
Pulled with Brett Cooper.
I don't like what Reagan did, but these were two young girls and they were best friends, and there was just a maniacal homosexual man doing this because he wanted Brett to suffer. This was the biggest lie that Erica told me and completely transformed my opinion of her.
Do you think that
she had something to do with it, she was complicit, or do you think that, she just saw a paycheck?
Saw a
Hey guys, it's
paycheck.
Candace Owens.
She's
You can watch-
rich. She was super rich. Charlie was her cash cow. Layla says all these ops are exposing themselves. Oh my God, Layla, you're giving me a headache. You're making me black-pilled and depressed, Layla. There's too many Laylas out there in the Candace Owens, Stu Peters audience. Layla, are you a Christian too? Are you a Christian and are you a flat earther? Tell us. Layla's here every day in the comments, by the way. Constantly seething about something or another. But she is such a regular. Yeah. And other question, Layla. How much have you had to drink tonight?
My episode with Sean Ryan on Vigilance Elite Patreon.
Or are you a bot? She just repeated again, we cannot trust the government. How hard is that to understand? Okay, well, maybe Candace works for the government. So maybe this is all an op to discredit anti-Semitism and make everybody retarded.
The
She just
person
said trust
that
the government
I think
again.
I placed stock in was Trump. And we got played. I mean, there's no other way to say it.
You got played. You got played, not me. I didn't get played by
It's
Trump.
kind of
You
shocking, the ways that he lied. And so
Anti-Semitic tweet. That tweet for Kanye West, also known as Ye.
Yeah, Layla, I think you should go watch Owen Benjamin or Stu Peters or Candace. I don't know if this is the right place for you. You seem to think that they're the smart ones and I'm just some Smith Munt, idiot or something. So she just said, trust the government again. Oh my God. Layla, I trust the government infinitely more than schizos in the comment sections on the internet. I'm sorry. I trust the government 1,000,000 times more than Kanye West or Candace Owens. If the water tells you to drink water, hey, Layla, maybe you shouldn't drink any water, okay? She just said, trust the government again. Okay, you're a bot. You're not getting any more attention. And you didn't answer the questions. Are you a Christian? Are you a flat earther? And how much have you drank tonight?
He's been locked out of his Twitter account now. The platform suspending him after an anti-Semitic tweet. That tweet said, quote, when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people.
Kanye, he notoriously tweeted that he was going to go DEFCON 3 on some Jewish people that had been toying with his life. And nobody cared when he dropped the actual text messages from his trainer, Harley Pasternak, saying that he would put him back in the hospital and he'd never be able to see his kids again.
How you just said, I have to finish the sentence. It matters to us and you.
Why are we doing all this Kanye stuff now when he came out and said he was bipolar and he's groveling to the Kabbalah rabbi and he's apologizing and saying he was wrong and he was mentally ill and so why are we still hailing Kanye as the hero? He's the poster boy for the low IQ, mentally ill anti-Semite.
It doesn't matter.
What could go wrong? We got Candace, Kanye, Stu Peters, Sean Ryan, Joe Rogan, and Alex Jones leading the charge. What could go wrong?
What the internet says.
He shared the message that Harley Pasternak wrote to him, and he said, here's how it's going to go. Maybe he said, you're going to say sorry or something. And then the message reads, or we'll take you back to, I think he described it as La La Land, and play dates with your kids will never be the same. We'll drug you out of your mind.
Holy shit.
It's in writing. I had nothing to do with it. I wasn't there when he tweeted it. I wasn't with him. But because I was friends with him, this was like the cancellation of...
Hey, I just noticed we hit the goal. Let's go. Thank you, guys. Late night stream goal. That is cool. You guys
Kanye, they were putting pressure on me to make a statement.
Makes me feel better. Hold on. Let's do a check-in. That can't be right. 61? I thought I'm all fired up. It's hot in here. Yeah, I'm at 63. Heart rate 63. Cool as a cucumber. See, I'm not spurging.
About him. I refused to do it. I lost millions of guaranteed dollars. And they basically were like, you could just say a statement about Kanye. Didn't do it.
Did you get She's so, I lost millions of dollars. She's so wealthy. The guy she married is so rich. She makes so many millions of dollars on all of, never been censored or suppressed by the algorithm anywhere. Dude, why do we have the biggest retards as the thought leaders and the gatekeepers and the big influencers?
Or did you quit?
I got fired. The stage was built, remember? And it was a production. They put together a video.
15 minutes ago, the Daily Wire terminated its relationship with Candace Owens. Candace has been an incredibly powerful voice for conservatives for years. Unfortunately, it's become more and more clear, and it's now unavoidably so, that Candace has moved in a direction that the Daily Wire simply cannot and will not support.
And just recently, the Daily Wire has parted ways with him as well. They could not.
Scares me more.
Jeremy Boring.
Is
Too boring.
Considering the world that our children will inherit if we stay quiet. And you have a bunch of people who, whether it's for money or for fear.
Why is she dressed like the guy from Citizen Vigilante? Dude, she's vigilante maxing.
Are allowing it to happen. And there are so many historical lessons about what can happen to a country when good men do nothing.
All right. That is all I have for the conspiracies. I thought I had a video maybe of Charlie. I don't want to show the brutal image. You guys, you can go see the slowed down footage of his neck getting blown out. Look at these people. 3,000 likes. Grace Ashford, comedian. We can't be having comedians. You can't be getting your news and learning about the world from comedians. I'm sorry. These comedian conspiracy podcasters, it ain't it. They all end up shilling Jesus one way or another with all their fake demon satanic panic bullshit. So look, this girl says, Charlie Kirk's security team killed him. Israelis provide the best security. Does that mean his security that day, Schaefer Security Group, Zionist owned?
Onyx Rock sent $5 BTW. This was the funniest EP in a while, Adam.
Funnier than the I haven't even said any jokes. Am I just funny, like seething about all this?
Daywalker Jones sent $0 on You're a Good Sport. Thanks for the late night fun and frustration.
Yeah. I thought the Oliver Tree streams were funnier, personally, but thank you. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, I think Layla should start a TikTok. She'll probably be pretty popular on TikTok. Okay, let's see. Is this the proof that there's a Jewish security team killed him? Let's see. What do we have here? I've seen so many of these. Close attention to this guy. He jumps over. He's grabbing something out of his back pocket. He ran into that guy for a second.
Jocelyn 8 sent $0 on Coast to Coast Late Night with Candace.
Thank you.
Embarrassed smiley face emoji.
Late Night with Jocelyn, Coast to Coast with Candace. Yeah, totally. It's all of the truther sphere, and even just like the biggest influencers. They're all David Icke, Alex Jones, Coast to Coast tier minds now. Did you see it again? Okay, he jumps over. Grab. I don't see him grab anything. Puts it in his pocket. Dude, we got our circles. Guy appears to get. I don't not. Dude, come on. Appears to give him the detonator. Come on, dude. appears to give him the detonator. Yeah, we just need some spooky music, and then I'll be convinced of this. So a moment of chaos. These guys could have handed each other anything or bumped into each other. Jumped the table, grabbed something, went to the other guy, grabbed something else, then ran out in a hurry. Yeah, dude. Great planning for the op. The guy that detonates it has to do the handoff to the other dude who's going to run away with it. But, oh, dude, you got it on the footage. These guys figured it out. Yeah. Genius to have a dude right there do the detonation and then to hand it off in right in front of everybody in the chaos. Genius planning on the op here. He's probably reaching for a gun, if anything. Watch what he does carefully. Let's see. Turned around and said, what the hell? It looks like he got down, grabbed something, and put it in his pocket. Come on, nobody saw him put anything in his pocket. What are you talking about? This is so stupid. 3,000 likes. All right, that's all we have for today. 2.5 hours, late night stream, hit the goal. You guys are amazing. We're going to close out. Corn Pop the Bad Dude said last stream, how much do I have to pay you to play this? So we're going to watch it and play it right now. Yeah, Layla, don't trust the government. Don't trust me. I won't trust you. Don't trust anything. Nothing is real. Everything is an illusion. Just trust Candace. We can only trust Candace, actually.
If you're over 60 with money
the car keys, yeah, it could have been anything.
A federal law that just completed its rollout is the single biggest
It could have been
threat
anything.
to your...
And destroy you. He knows he got...
I was right the
Corn
whole
Pop's
time.
mix. Let's see it.
You were so right this whole time. It's good to see you be vindicated, finally. Oh, and everyone knows you an apology. Thanks for keeping it real for all this time. ESP voting all these MFS out.
You're right. I was right the whole time, and everyone does owe me an apology. It's okay. It's okay. It is crazy, though, because I was the only one in 24. And people thought I was crazy. They said I was crazy. They said I was a radical, a terrorist. But I was right. They said I was crazy. My whole life, I never thought I actually existed, but I do. But I
W
do.
song. I like this
People are
song.
starting to notice. Yeah,
48 goys later.
Isn't that funny though? It's honestly so sweet when you get to say something hard like that. So few people ever get to because they never want to go against the crowd, you know. But yeah, I stuck it to the masses. Yeah, I did something that everyone thought was insane. I was years ahead of the curve. I was bold. I was right about everything. I was right. And yeah, now I get to say everyone thought I was crazy. Now I get to say they said I was insane, but I was right. He was right. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. This is the only show that will talk about the Jewishness of all this, from where all this comes.
White Monster Grower sent $50. There is no one more vindicated than you. God bless 07.
It's the curse of being extraordinarily gifted. Blessing and a curse. Wouldn't trade it, but such a curse at times, isn't it? Cursed with knowledge, like Tony Stark. True. No, it is true. Imagine, people just forget that I'm the best at this. You know, everybody thinks it's just because I say the N-word. I said this the other night, but it's just true. People say, why is he so successful? Why does all these people like him? It's because I'm right about everything. They think it's like people are trying to psychoanalyze me. It's some psychological thing. It's because he says the N-word. It's because he's edgy. He just does this. It's because I'm the most gifted commentator alive. Period. End of story. Smartest, best, most talented. That's simple, okay? Untouchable. At this point, untouchable, legendary status. It's just not, it's not deniable.
Comes off as kind of a vampire-like character. Rarely talks. And when he does, it's very robotic. He makes my skin crawl. And then his actions do as well. But I had already seen a lot of this eschatology, biblical research before about him. And I went and looked it up, and it was accurate. Plus, I already knew most of it biblically, so I knew it was accurate when I went and checked it.
Is he talking about my video? I had a big viral video about Jared Kushner and Chabad Lubavitch and him, them calling him the Messiah for his peace deals. And I believe it was 2017, maybe 2018. Anything to do with the red heifer. He might. Look, here's the video. A year ago, and this is from 2019, so 2018 I must have posted this video. Is Jared Kushner the Jewish Messiah? 600,000 views. That's the old days of YouTube.
The rest of it.
Another video I did.
And it sets up his base in Gaza. You know, the Antichrist. The Bible says there have been...
Look at this.
There's an Antichrist spirit.
Look at this thumbnail I made. This was probably when he was shilling Kushner. He's like, Kushner, he's really smart. He's a good guy. He's doing a good job. Remember that? Look at Kushner, Third Temple. Back when Alex Jones was shilling Kushner. This is the thumbnail video I did. Here it is. Alex Jones shills for Jared Kushner.
Jared Kushner can speak. He actually talks. He says Trump's kept his promises. I want to play some of these historic clips, though. Jared Kushner, he speaks. He actually spoke from there at the dedication of the embassy that opens today. I'll show you some of those photos. Put them up on screen. They're on Infowars.com, newswars.com. There's a good one there with Ivanka Trump. Embassy, United States of America, Jerusalem, Israel. Donald J. Trump, President. Michael J. Pence, Vice President. In fact, I heard over this. I'm going to play Kushner twice. Wow, why hasn't Kushner been speaking? He looks pretty authoritative, looks strong. In the eye.
This is what he was originally saying. Now he's like, he gives me the creeps. Maybe he's the Antichrist.
Sounds nervous, but hey, man, get over it, bro. You come off strong.
Strong.
Talk about this more when we come back, because I don't want to run Jared down. He looks like a smart guy, good-looking guy. Clearly they're grooming to be president. Great. Clearly they're grooming to be president. Great. I don't want to run Jared down. He looks like a smart guy, good-looking guy. Clearly they're grooming to be president. Great. Clearly they're grooming to be president. Great. But Jared Kushner, he's obviously smart. He's a good-looking guy. He's Trump's son-in-law. I support Trump. I think Trump's smart. Trump needs people he can really trust. He trusts Jared. And so I don't have a problem with him having a national security clearance and the things he's doing.
Oh.
The Communist Chinese ran the Obama administration, but the left doesn't want Jared Kushner to have a security clearance. What does that tell you?
I got to repost this.
But out in the whole right-wing sphere, I've been hearing for 3 years, since he was president-elect, that Jared Kushner is just the worst thing since gonorrhea.
Sweeping for Kushner.
But those are the same people that tell me Benjamin Netanyahu is the worst thing since death.
Oh, they're the evil Nazis.
And I got tricked into these White House battles of who's who and, you know, what's going on, Faith. But, I mean, sometimes when I hear somebody so bad from everybody, they might be good. Kind of like they're always saying, I'm the worst guy in the world.
See, Kushner's actually good, guys. Trump trusts him. He's a smart, good-looking guy. That's what Jones was saying years ago when I was exposing Kushner.
It's more like the Antichrist secretary. But, yes, Jared Kushner, I believe, is an agent of Satan.
Whose face is on the temple coin for the third temple that's about to happen in Jerusalem?
King Cyrus and Donald Trump.
Who is King Cyrus?
King Cyrus is the Persian king who gave the right to Israel to rebuild their temple. So Trump is basically fulfilling that same role as King Cyrus did.
And did you know that the Israel Heritage Foundation gave Donald Trump the Prince of Peace Award after he brokered the Abraham Accords? And then again in 2023, they gave him the Crown of Jerusalem.
So he's making a lot of peace in the...
Dude, I covered all of this shit exactly when it went down at the time. And then Alex Jones, these new TikTokers come on, make a video covering the basics, and Alex Jones is like, look at these people, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. December 2023. I've been warning everyone Trump and Kushner will be back to finish their Kabbalistic endgame. Okay? Everybody wants to talk about Professor Zhang. Oh, he predicted something. Look at this prediction. Kushner will also be back for peace in the Middle East and more in quotes, peace in the Middle East. Like how Trump is declaring him the peace president and all this peace shit. October 29th, 2023. Look at this. This one. This was another. I had several videos back on YouTube about Kushner. Must watch. Is Jared Kushner Moshiach? 2019, February 2019. 7 years ago. Banned. Here's Jones when Jared Kushner and Mike Pompeo in Trump's first term, he went to Bilderberg, and Jones spun it that they're taking over Bilderberg. Also, my clip from 2019. Watch the Kushner sweeping.
Jared Kushner announced he was going to Bilderberg. Then people, I started getting flooded with calls and emails to the office. Oh my God, Trump sold us out. Kushner's going to Bilderberg. I'm going to say this. I'm be very clear. I would go to Bilderberg if they asked me to go. What matters is what I stand for. We know Bilderberg was set up to bring in world government. We know Bilderberg's at the top globalist meetings that they denied existed at the Rockefeller's ring, that brought the Atlantic alliance of the Western elite in the United States with the Eastern Western elite after World War II. We know the history. I've made films about it. Going to a meeting is not being on the agenda.
See, making excuses for Kushner at Bilderberg in the first term. Okay, watch this one.
But now he's transcended just being about positivity into something messianic, which I mean, if you get a snapshot of Trump, he's a dark person, but also, I mean, look, if anybody can be the Antichrist, and I don't think he's the Antichrist, but he's the type of person, also Elon Musk. I mean, there's some definite dark energy around Trump, and I know if I was ever controlled opposition, it was unwittingly being sucked into it. And I think the jury's out on Trump, but they are. So,
well, this was a few years ago. Fat Jones. Well, I guess the verdict is in on Trump.
You don't have to face divorce alone. My program is designed to help you reconnect and